Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this edition of San Francisco 49ers football alternative play-by-play style. Yours truly, Ryan Snow, will bring you to and through today's game as the 49ers take on the host Minnesota Vikings. Each team coming in at 1-0 on the season. You see everything up on the board. We're ready to go. Old Snowman was up late last night trying to get everything together. Mickey Delaney is our first chatter this afternoon. Follow along with us. Follow along with us through every game that we do, as we're trying a few new things here, and we want to make sure that we get everybody situated, get everything situated, as we will be taking you to and through today's game. The key for the 49ers, three keys for the 49ers. Number one, don't turn the ball over, because the last time these two teams played, the Niners turned the ball over three times, twice with interceptions in the final 5 minutes of the ball game. The second key to the game is to keep doing what they did last week, and that is to run the football at will. Doggone it. I can't spell Vikings today. Don't know why. Okay. We'd have to see it another way. Okay. There we are. Make sure we get everything together for you and get things ready to go. And my laundry is screaming at me. Can't be surprised there. I've been up and running most of the morning to try to get everything done that I can get done. And this is the game I'm looking for. I'm going to have it to a point where I have every game on my computer, or every game that I need to have. I'll be ready and I have it in front of me. All right, we are about 13 minutes away from kickoff of today's game. And once again, it's the Minnesota Vikings hosting the defending undisputed NFC champion San Francisco 49ers. This is Through a Snowman's Eyes. Greg Papa is the official radio voice of the 49ers. And the game we're going to keep our eye on, and I'm doing this in favor of the wife, is the Colts and the Green Bay Packers. I nearly said Vikings. It's the Colts and the Packers that we also will be taking a look at. And I'm going to see if I can get a few friends up here on the broadcast this afternoon. Announcement, Snowman in the Morning will now begin at 8 a.m. Eastern Time beginning tomorrow. And that's for work and medical appointment reasons. And I can tell you, for at least the next year, it's going to be at 8 a.m. And it just may turn out to be a permanent move. Oh, it would help if I had the rosters I typed up here. We are 11 minutes away from kickoff. Yeah, we're 11 minutes away from kickoff. Minnesota beat the Giants by a score of 28-6 in week 1. And if you listened last week, the 49ers beat up the New York Jets by a count of 32-19. And we'll follow along with any and everything about the San Francisco 49ers. The return of that 49ers show will come to you this week. We'll also do a post-game show today. And keep you updated on everything 49ers as they continue their pursuit in defense of their NFC championship. What's helping my timing is, there you are. What's helping my timing is this little clock that I have right up here. It says 10 minutes to kick off, but I believe it is less than 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do here is set my timer here for 8 minutes. And what we'll also do is we will time the breaks. All right, we'll set it for 9 minutes and we'll roll from there. All right. You all know the story. Christian McCaffrey is going to miss more than the 4 weeks that he will be on injured reserve. It is 1:03 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And they are just about ready. So I can put a pause to that right now. I can turn on the stopwatch because what I'm going to do is time the breaks. It is at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Mike Conley, the Timberwolves guard, will blow the horn to get this bad boy started. Vikings go purple tops, white numbers, and lettering front and back. And the Niners will be in the road white uniforms with the gold pants. And to kick it off for the Minnesota Vikings will be Will Pritchard. And we're off and rolling as the Niners will take a knee in the end zone. The ball will come out to the 30-yard line, and that's where Brock Purdy and the 49er offense will begin. Last week, Purdy 21 of 30, 272 yards. Well, that was last season at Minnesota. 21 of 30, 272 yards. He threw a touchdown that went to Christian McCaffrey. He also threw 2 interceptions. Those came in the final 5 minutes as the Niners had a chance to snatch this one. The Vikings are going to play him tough, and they'll start under center, and Purdy drops 5 steps looking to throw, looking right, looking left, fires over the middle. That's caught by Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback. And he is met by a host of Vikings. It'll be a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from that point. For the 49ers, Trent Williams, Aaron Banks, Jake Brendo, Dominic Pooney, and Colton McKivitz left to right on the offensive line. Mason gets the started running back. Juszczyk the fullback. Kittle the tight end. Ayuk and Deebo Samuel the wide receivers. And Purdy will work out of the gun. 2nd down and 5. The snap to Purdy. He looks. He throws. It is caught. And Ayuk trying to get away. He's going to be wrestled down right at the line of scrimmage. Let's see where they mark him. It'll be 3rd down for San Francisco. They did force a turnover last week. Defensively for the Vikings, Jerry Tillery, Harrison Phillips, and Jonathan Bullard across the front. Jonathan Greenard, Blake Cashman, Ivan Pace, and Andrew Van Ginkel, the linebackers. Stephon Gilmore, Harrison Smith, Cameron Bynum is your secondary. And they stand as one at US Bank Stadium as the Niners face 3rd down and 3. Last year, the 49ers converted 47.5% of their 3rd downs. That ranked 4th in the NFL. With 5 on the play clock, Purdy stands in shotgun formation, takes the belt high snap. Pressure comes, he fires, and is tipped and incomplete, intended for Deebo Samuel. Great play by the Vikings, and they will force the 49ers to punt on 4th and 3. So a good job by the Vikings on defense as Purdy looked Deebo Samuel down. And the ball was tipped away at the last minute and tipped away by Blake Centrum. Mitch Wishnowsky will punt it away. Powell back to receive as the Vikings send pressure, and Wishnowsky gets it away, and Powell will back all the way up to his 5-yard line ahead to the 10. and down to the 14-yard line. And that is where the Vikings will begin their first drive. They jumped on top of them last year, did the Vikings, and led 7-0. Sam Darnold is your quarterback. Last week of the Giants, he went 19 of 24, 208 yards, threw 2 touchdowns plus a pick. He completed his first 12 passing attempts, getting a new start in Minnesota after backing up Brock Purdy last year. 13:25 left in the first quarter. Darnold's the youngest quarterback to start with 4 different teams. And remember, he got a start last year in the last game of the year. Darnold to throw, and it's incomplete. Pressure came for San Francisco. And they were looking for Jefferson. Nick Bosa was the first one back there. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Minnesota Vikings. Offensively for Minnesota, Christian Darrisaw, Blake Brando, Garrett Bradbury, Ed Ingram, and Brian O'Neill, your offensive line from left to right. The Minnesota Movie Company, in the words of the legendary Paul Allen. Aaron Jones is the running back, along with C.J. Ham. The fullback, Justin Jefferson, one of the great wide receivers that the Vikings have. 2 receivers left, and a lone slot to the right. Darnold out of the shotgun formation against pressure. Here they come. Darnold to throw over the middle. That pass is caught by Jefferson, and Jefferson will get across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Gain of 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Minnesota Vikings. And if you're San Francisco, you want to stop this Minnesota Vikings squad and not give them any kind of momentum. Leonard Floyd, Malik Collins, Javon Hargrave, and Nick Bosa across the front for the 49ers. Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles, Fred Warner, and Devondre Campbell taking place of the injured Drake Greenlaw. Moody Ward, Jair Brown, George Odom, and Diamano Lenore, the secondary for San Francisco. 7-yard gain, 3rd down and 3. Snap to Darnold. They bring pressure. Darnold spins out to his left, looking to throw. Darnold will take off. He's got the first down across the 30, 35, and out to the 38-yard line. 13-yard gain on that carry, and the Vikings have the first down of the ball game. 49ers brought pressure, but Darnold was able to spin out to his right, and there was no contain the other way, and Darnold was able to tuck the ball away. Javon Hargrave nearly missed the tackle. Darrisaw was nearly got the sack. Darrisaw was able to move Hargrave out of the way. From the 38-yard line, it'll be 1st down and 10. Darnold under center with Jones standing behind him. The toss to Aaron Jones running right. Jones with a hole gets out to the 45-yard line. Marked him down at the 47, a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Under 12 minutes to go in the first quarter. And as I mentioned during the pregame show, the last thing you want to do is give the Vikings any kind of confidence. And they're rolling with the confidence right now. Aaron Jones in his 8th season. Rusty Lavender is our new subscriber. Thank you, Rusty. On 2nd and 3, Darnold to throw, clean pocket, winds up, throws far side, tipped, incomplete. George Odom right there for the 49ers to break the pass up, and it'll be 3rd down and 1. And 5K Stegerwald, I hope I got that right. Do you think Brandon's holdout has placed him in Kyle's doghouse? No, because if he was in Kyle's doghouse, he wouldn't start. 3rd and 1 for the Vikings, moving left to right as we see it. And as you folks are listening along at home with us, we'll keep you abreast of all the scores. And we have a score alert as the New Orleans Saints, thanks to a 5-yard touchdown from Alvin Kamara, lead the Cowboys 7-0. That's early. The Vikings have just spent a timeout. Two-Trip 211 in the house with us. Thank you, Two-Trip, for being here. If you like what you see and what you hear, then do me a favor. You can please make a donation to the Snow Strong Foundation via Cash App, $ Tallman Dr. K50. You can also hit the channel with a super chat. That'll help build the channel as well, as we're converting this channel as we speak into a play-by-play channel. This is where all the play-by-play games will be. The Packers got a field goal, and they lead the Colts 3-0. We'll keep our eye on that game. We're probably going to wind up doing double duty. Niners have not done well in allowing a third down conversion. The handoff to Jones, and Jones will bust through for the first down. Needed one, got more than that. And the Vikings get a new set of downs. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings from their own 48-yard line, moving left. Here in the first quarter, 11-13 remaining in the first quarter, the Niners allowed 47% of third down conversions last year. That ranked 24th in the NFL. And with a dynamic offense like this in the Minnesota Vikings, they're going to have to try and find a way to keep them off the field. 1st down and 10 for the Vikings from their own 48-yard line. Darnold under center, Jefferson across the formation in motion, and the backwards pitch, and Darnold able to fall on it. There's flags all over the place. SB Fantasy Football is with us. Cheers from the Beer Bros. Thank you. Strikeout Beer Fantasy Football is with us. And thank you for being with us this afternoon. Let's check the flag. There were flags all over the place. Illegal shift against the Vikings, and that nearly cost them the Niners declined the penalty, is what I wanted to say. The Niners declined the penalty because of the bad snap, and they tried to pitch it back to Aaron Jones as Mundy got in the way of Darnold. They had a trick play going on, but the loss got the 49ers to decline the penalty. 13-yard loss, 2nd down and 23 for the Vikings back at their 35-yard line. As Darnold takes the belt high shotgun snap, looks to throw, winds up and throws over the middle. That pass is caught by Jefferson. He gets back out to the original line of scrimmage, which is the 48. That's a 13-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 10. They have not been able to get to Darnold yet, and they've only rushed 4. Bad coverage by the 49ers, but they were able to stop Jefferson from getting going. But he did pick up 13 on that play. And it's 3rd down and 10 for the Vikings from their own 48-yard line. Darnold out of the shotgun formation with the backfield empty. 3 receivers to the left, lone slot to the right. Darnold back to throw. Has great time, and throws. It's incomplete. Fred Warner broke it up. And the Niners get the Vikings offense off of the field. It's 4th down. So after an initial first down picked up by the Vikings, or 2 first downs, I beg your pardon, picked up by the Vikings, the Niners straighten up on defense. Fred Warner broke up the pass that was intended for Aaron Jones. It would have been close to first down yardage. It would have been about 3 yards short. Jacob Cowling back deep to receive the punt. It's going to bounce, and it's going to roll, and it's going to be dead at the 3-yard line. And they call it a touchback. They call it a touchback. Let's make sure that's the case. So the ball was touched by the Vikings, and he did step into the end zone with the football. We'll take a look at it. And I didn't start my timer for the break. Let's start it now. I want to measure how long the breaks are. So when I put my commercials together, we're able to go to a break. Because I'm also getting a 3rd monitor here in studio, so I can monitor everything on this side. And when I get my bigger desk in here within the next month, I got to make sure the wife is situated because she's getting her office together. Oh, man, the Strikeout Beer Bros are in here. I love those guys. If y'all haven't had a chance to check out the Strikeout Beer podcast, please do. It's a fabulous time and a fabulous conversation over your favorite beers and some over your most recognizable beers and some beers that are not recognizable. What the? Hold on a minute, folks. What? Hold on a minute. Oh, come on. What the? All right. More than one way to skin a cat. There we are. Sorry. Now, I've had broadcasting folks tell me that the breaks in the NFL are 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm measuring this right now, and I got a late start in measuring this break as they just came back from it. I'm going to let it roll. They just came back from it, and they're doing their sponsor plugs right now. If anybody can tell me, that can dig around and find out the length of the breaks during an NFL broadcast, that will be great, because what I'm going to do after I do some cleaning today, I plan to cover the Sunday night game, which is the Bears and the Texans, and the Monday night game tomorrow, which is the Falcons and the Eagles. The ball was touched at the 3-yard line, and it went across into the end zone. So it comes out to the 20-yard line. So I got 2 minutes and 27 seconds. I know I'm going to have to lessen that. So Purdy will work out of the shotgun from the 20-yard line. Snap to Purdy. He looks to throw amidst pressure. Far side. That pass is caught. That is the animal Kittle out across the 40, 45, and out of bounds. 27-yard gain, and that's the first down for San Francisco today. And wouldn't you know it, it would go to George the Animal Kittle. First down, San Francisco. Move those chains. And that is the first down of the game. First down of the game for San Francisco. Well, Turner for the Vikings carry the ball into the end zone, so that's why they moved it. That's why they moved it. Here's Jordan Mason. Mason, first down. Yes, he gets to the Viking 45-yard line. Gain of 10, and this is probably going to be wiped out due to a hold because there was a flag on the field. And they're checking it for the Vikings. It is a hold. It's holding against San Francisco. They had 3 big plays wiped out last year, and the call goes against Deebo Samuel. And that is a good call because it was right in the area where Mason had busted through. So they're going to move it back from the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 1st and 20. 8:58 remains in the first quarter. We'll keep you abreast, as I mentioned, of all the scores during this week's contest. So the ball will be moved back to the 35-yard line. It is 1st and 20 for San Francisco with 4 on the play clock. Purdy in the shotgun, takes the bell high shotgun snap, looks to throw, steps up and winds up and throws, and it's caught. That is Juwan Jennings out to the 47-yard line. Gain of 12. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And they let Juwan Jennings run free. He was able to come back and get the reception. It's a gain of 12 out to the 47-yard line. 2nd down and 8. The line to make to reset the chains would be the Viking 45-yard line. So Jennings with his first catch. The Hawk TV is here with us, one of the best play-by-play announcers. Man, you are most kind. 2nd and 8. Here's the toss to Mason, running right. I beg your pardon. Mason able to get through. He gets across midfield to the Viking 49-yard line. It'll leave 3rd down and about 4. They had Mason bottled up on the right side. The defense got there, but Mason slipped around Dominic Pooney, followed Colton McKivitz, and was able to get across midfield to the Viking 49-yard line. It is 3rd down and 5. They'll mark him down. They'll mark him down at midfield. 3rd and 5 as the fan stand is 1. Niner fans stand 2. Remember, the Niner fans travel great. 3rd and 5 from midfield. 5 on the play clock as Purdy takes the belt high shotgun snap. Looks to throw over the middle. Incomplete. He was looking for Juwan Jennings. He overshot him. And it'll be 4th and 5, and the Niners will punt again. Doggone it. Who is he looking for? Because he had time to set and throw, did Purdy, but Deebo Samuel ran the route too long. Purdy did take a hit after the pass was thrown. He was looking for Jawan Jennings. It'll be fourth down, and the Niners will punt again. Mitch Wishnowsky, who had a 58-yard punt his first time, gets the snap and lets this one go, and it's blocked. The Vikings pick it up, and they'll have it at the Niner 26-yard line. The special teams of the Vikings strikes. Ugh. One of the few times that Mitch Wishnowsky gets his punt blocked. It was picked up by Theo Jackson, and nobody for the 49ers recognized that it was blocked. C.J. Horn got through and blocked the punt. Now it'll be up to the 49er defense to hold the Vikings that they were able to gain some yards the last time they had the ball. So C.J. Ham, I beg your pardon, the starting fullback gets the block and sets up the Vikings in 49ers territory at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for Sam Darnold and company. He takes the bell high shotgun snap, looks to throw, fires the screen. It is caught by Aaron Jones. Jones has a first down, ripped by the helmet down to the 10-yard line. Great play call. So they get 14, and this 49er defense, which got gouged last week by Aaron Rodgers and company, even though they did hold them in check, are getting gouged so far by this Viking offense, and it's 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Let's see if the Niner defense can make a stop here. This is the 11th play so far from Minnesota. They'll start at the 10 on 1st and goal. They hand off to Jones straight up the middle, and Jones is brought down after a gain of 2 to the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal from that point. Baltimore leads the Raiders 3-0. The Chargers lead Carolina 6-0. Next, do a touchdown pass. Aaron Jones has 4 carries for 12 yards so far. Cleveland leads Jacksonville 6-0. Correction, 7-0. 2nd and goal from the 8. Darnold alone in shotgun formation with 3 receivers out to the left and a slot to the right. Darnold fakes, throws, inside screen, caught by Jones again. And it's the same thing last week when Aaron Rodgers took the Jets downfield. Elliott made the stop for San Francisco as they are using Aaron Jones and getting him acclimated. He's got 2 receptions for 18 yards so far. Now, here's where the 49ers need to make a stand right here. It is 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. This is coming after a block punt by C.J. Ham and recovery by Theo Jackson down to the Niner 24. 3rd and goal from the 4. Snap to Darnold. He looks to throw over the middle. It is incomplete. And it's 4th down and goal. And the Vikings just may take the point. So the Niners defense stands up after the block punt by C.J. Ham. George Odom able to get a piece of it at the last second to knock it away as Miller was coming open in the back of the end zone. So it's 4th and goal. And the field goal try is good. So the Vikings get the turnover and turn it into points. 4:45 left in the opening quarter as the Vikings lead 3-0. There, got the timing down this time. Whew. Well, it's not 7. So thank the Lord for that. It is not 7. You take care of this. There. Now we get everything updated. A block punt turns into a field goal, and that's fortunate that it didn't turn into a touchdown for the Vikings. Now this 49er offense needs to get going. They've only run 7 plays so far. 11, 12, 13. The Vikings have run 14 plays. Because they had 10, then the catch by Aaron Jones for first down. Incomplete pass, swing pass to Jones, swing pass to Jones. They're using the heck out of Aaron Jones. It's early though. It's early. But they're using the heck out of Aaron Jones the same way last week, like I said, that Aaron Rodgers used the heck out of Garrett Wilson on their first scoring drive. How about some score predictions? Y'all want to make some score predictions? Let's make some score predictions. What do you think today's score will be, and who do you think will win the game? Let me know in the comments below. Make your score predict. Doggone it, can't talk today. Score predictions. That's the phrase I wanted to say. Make your score predictions in the chat, and let's see how accurate you guys are. I want to make this as interactive as possible. I want to make the chat and the broadcast as interactive as possible while I'm bringing the play-by-play to you guys. So how about some score prediction? Make your score predictions down below. It's 2:15. That was the break time. I'll keep measuring it throughout the day. 3-0 Vikings as we're ready to get back to work. Mitch Wisnowski had his punt blocked, and the Vikings were able to turn it into points. They were able to turn it into a field goal. As it was not the only good thing you can take from this that it wasn't a touchdown. And Debo will take it from his goal line out to the 10, 15, and you should have let that go into the end zone for a touchback, as the Niners will start from short of the 20-yard line. And making the stop for the Vikings was Brian Asamoah in his third year out of Oklahoma. And we got a flag, so the Niners will back up even more. I'll tell you what, man. The ring rust is real because the Niners were rusty coming out of the gate last week. It took a turnover for them to get started. Let's see how long it'll take him to get started here. From the shadow of their goal line, it's 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line as Purdy will work out of the gun. And we get a whistle already on a false start, and they'll back up 5 yards. Not a good start for San Francisco. And the false start is on the all-world left tackle Trent Williams. 4:05 left in the first, and the New Orleans Saints lead the Dallas Cowboys, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, 14-3. 3 penalties for San Francisco. Minnesota has not been penalized once. And on first down, Purdy throws. It's caught by Samuel, and Samuel will get a yard as they rally tackle to him. They came on a blitz. Van Ginkel came on a blitz. Purdy was able to read it. And they get a yard, 2nd down and 14. They got to make the 20-yard line if they want a new set of downs and keep this Viking offense, which has all the confidence in the world, off the field. Purdy under center this time. They'll toss it to Mason, running left, and Mason's going to get out to the 10. Mason's still going out to the 12, out to the 13, maybe the 14-yard line. Gain of 8, 3rd down and 6. As they toss it, Mason's going to come out for a breather. 3rd and 6 for the 49ers at their own 14-yard line. And the fans are getting even louder, if that's possible, at US Bank Stadium. Niners moving left to right. The Niners are 0 for 2 on 3rd downs. This afternoon, you got to convert your 3rd downs here. Purdy is calling for the offense, calling for the ball. He gets it against the blitz. He throws, and it is caught by George the Animal Kittle. First down to the 25-yard line on a big 3rd down conversion. The Niners keep the ball. He went right over, Purdy went right over the middle as Kittle turned his defender around, was able to make the catch. A gain of 11 on that play. First down, 49ers. And Kittle has 3 catches already. Kittle caught 4 for 40 yards last week. He's got 2 for 35 today. I said incorrectly said 3. From the 24, it's first down. The handoff to Mason. He's ready to hand it. Mason cut back the other way. Across the 30, down to the 33-yard line. Gain of 9 for Jordan Mason, and this is how you stay in the ball game. And remember, it's only 3-0 so far. 2nd and 1 coming up for the 49ers. 2:15 remaining in the first quarter. As the Niners trail 3-0. They trailed last week 7-3 at the end of the first quarter, and then was able to take control of the game. Mason, 3 carries, 20 yards so far here in the game. Jake Brendel, the center, pointing out coverages on 2nd down and 1. Mason to the left of Brock Purdy. And we get a whistle again. We get a timeout. So now each team has spent a timeout. As Shanahan didn't like what he saw before the snap. Before the snap. Green Bay now leads the Colts 10-0. Malik Willis is 2 for 2 for 14 yards. Josh Jacobs has carried 7 times for 67 yards, so the Colts defense is getting gashed. Now we're ready to get back to work. It was a quick 30-second timeout. 2nd down and 1. 1:48 left in the first quarter. Vikings 3, 49ers nothing. And a few miscues on, especially an overthrown pass, and then the block punt as they're showing the miscues that turned into points on 2nd and 1. Here's Mason, first down and more, across the 35 to about the 38. But it's a long game. And San Francisco, as Chris Berman once said, has a long memory. They will make their adjustments. I am confident that they will make their adjustments. And you want to keep this Viking offense off the field. The way that you do that is you run the football. Patriots and Seahawks tied at 7. DK Metcalf with a 56-yard touchdown reception. They are into the second quarter there. 6th play of this drive coming up. That started at the 10. And on first down, the handoff is to Mason one more time. He's out to the 45-yard line. And we get a flag that it's going to be offside against the Vikings. Williams jumped a tad bit early. And if I were Shanahan, I'd take the play. Decline the penalty and take the play because it's only a 5-yard penalty. And it is offside against the Vikings. They're going to repeat first down. It's against Henry Bird. Henry Bird, the guilty party. Mickey's calling for the Vikings to beat the 49ers. I don't think that'll be the case, the way they love running the football. So 1st and 10 now becomes 1st and 5 as they take the play. And the Vikings jumped again. Free play as Mason will get to the 45-yard line. Vikings jumped again. And this will give the 49ers a new set of downs. Offside against Minnesota. So 1st and 5 has now become 1st and 10 again. And it's Jonathan Bullard who's the guilty party. So the Niners will get a new set of downs. As they take a look at Jordan Mason's helmet. So 2 penalties on this drive. Now backup running back in for San Francisco. He'll get the call, and he's going nowhere but backwards. And the carrier that time was Isaac Garendo. Isaac Garendo was the ball carrier that time. He got no gains, so we're done with 1. It'll be 2nd and 10 coming up as the Niners trail the Vikings 3-0 at the end of the first quarter. All right. Isaac Garendo was the ball carrier that time. Let's see if we have time to do a raid here. Let's find somebody to raid really quick. Okay. I know who we're going to raid. I know exactly who we're going to raid. My buddy JJ is on doing some baseball today because the Eagles play tomorrow. So do me a favor. Let's raid play-by-play with JJ. Oops. Nobody heard that. All right. There's the page. Let's raid. Let's show them some love, folks. When you go raid JJ, do me a favor. Hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to his channel, do that also. And he's got a poll question up there also. Are you okay with Major League Baseball games taking place on Sunday or taking place on NFL Sunday? That's a good question. I'll ask it here. That's a great question, JJ. Oh, got it. That's a great question. How do you guys feel about that? That's his poll question. All right, 2:05 was the break there. That's his poll question. Take a look. And while you're doing the raid, use the hashtag Snowman Raid. We're gonna do that a few times today. Second and 10 for the 49ers. They have the ball this time moving right to left as the teams have switched. Oh, Brian, I should have known that would. Is that the case? Is that the case? Well, we'll find out. I should have known better. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking out loud about something here. 2nd and 10. Purdy in the shotgun. Samuel across the formation in motion. Purdy will throw. Steps out to his right, and he goes down for a loss of 3. Everybody was not like moving because they thought another flag had gone down. Loss of 4, 3rd down and 14 as Van Ginkel gets the sack. Here's another question. Are you guys okay with interviews being done between quarters? I'm not. Kevin O'Connell is the head coach for the Minnesota Vikings. And of course, they tape their interviews in between quarters. All right, let's get this conversion. 3rd and 14. Vikings look like they're showing blitz, and here they come. Back to throw is Purdy. Drops it to Kittle. Got room to run. Kittle trying to get there. Can't get there. He'll get stopped about 2 yards shy of the first down. It'll be 4th down and 3. Let's see if the Niners will keep their offense on the field. Good job by Purdy recognizing the blitz, and Kittle getting free and able to get the ball on the reception. It is 4th and 3. Let's see what they do here. They're going to keep their offense on the field. You got to get to the 42-yard line. 9th play of the drive coming up. They've used 6 minutes, and you got to convert this on 4th and 3 as Purdy will throw, looks, throws. It is caught. First down at the 25, down to the 20-yard line. Juwan Jennings with the catch. 25 yards on that connection. First down, San Francisco. And Iori is here with us from California. What's up, Iori? Happy NFL Sunday to you, my friend. How did they leave Juwan Jennings uncovered? So now the Niners have a field goal in their back pocket, but they want to stick it in the end zone. What a catch by Juwan Jennings, able to hold on to it. It was Harrison Smith who was the first one there. Jennings, 2 catches, 37 yards. From the 20-yard line in Vikings territory, right outside the red zone, the toss to Jordan Mason, cuts back in, inside the 15 and down to the 10-yard line. Will they give him the first down, or will it be second and short? Second and 1. Gain of 9 for Jordan Mason, who's running just as hard this week as he did last week. He's going to get the bulk of the carries in place of the injured Christian McCaffrey. First significant injury that McCaffrey has had in his time with the 49ers. If you like what you hear, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this with your friends, and please hit the super chat, support the show. This is Mason. Inside the 10, inside the 5, and wrapped up there at the 5-yard line. Phillips made the stop for Minnesota. It is 1st and goal, San Francisco. Now, here's one of my concerns. The 49ers can move the ball at will. But last week, 6 field goals. If you turn 3 of those into touchdowns, you're running away with the thing, even though the Niners wound up running away with it. But you want to turn this into a touchdown. You don't want to settle for a field goal here when you have gashed this Minnesota defense. 1st and goal from the 5. 12th play of the drive. Ball at the 5-yard line. And the fake to Mason as Purdy rolls out to his left, looking, throwing, end zone, out of bounds. Looking for Brandon Ayuk that time. They're trying to get Ayuk the ball this year. He only had 2 catches last week. 2nd and goal from the 5 coming up for San Francisco. And Purdy lost his shoe. That may cost him a timeout. Purdy lost his cleat. And right there, he stepped on his cleat. And a timeout called. San Francisco will spend their second timeout. They'll have 1 remaining. 11:28 remaining in the first half. Vikings 3, 49ers nothing, but the Niners are knocking on the door. And the reason for this timeout, I can tell you, is that Brock Purdy had his cleat stepped on, which happens a lot in football. Juwan Jennings came up with a great catch and a big catch on 4th and 3. He wound up gaining 25 yards. All right, here we go. 2nd and goal from the 5. 13th play of this drive coming up. You want to pay this off with a touchdown. Here's Mason, and they're waiting for him. He gets back to the 5-yard line. And it is Pace that made the stop for Minnesota. Ivan Pace, in his 2nd year out of Cincinnati, made the stop. They were waiting for the cutback. They closed the cutback lane that time. So now it is 3rd and goal for the 49ers at the 5-yard line as the Vikings defense starting to stiffen. Man, you want to pay this off. They were 2 for 5 in the red zone last week, San Francisco was. Can they make it 1 for 1 here? Snap to Purdy, 3rd and 5. He throws to the corner. It is caught, but short of the goal line. As Kittle made the catch down to the 1. And now it is 4th and goal. And do you gamble again? Or do you take the points and tie the game after such a long drive? Kittle made the catch, but could not make the turn to stick the ball over the goal line. That is a good, and that was a good call. It's 4th and goal. And I say you take the points here, but it looks like Frisco is going to go for it. 10:42 left in the second quarter. The worst case scenario, you pin the Vikings deep at their own 2-yard line. 11 on the play clock. They're going to run it. He throws. It is caught. Oh, it's incomplete. And the Niners get nothing. They were looking for Juwan Jennings. And it's going to be one of those kind of games again against Minnesota. There's a flag down. Man. It's one of this is one of those times where you don't gamble. You just take the points and you tie the game. After 15 plays, the Niners come up empty. There was a flag at the end of the play, but it's against San Francisco. So the Niners stay scoreless. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. It's 4th and goal from the 2. I understand taking the risk the first time, but look at it this. I look at it this way. The worst case scenario is that Frisco has the Vikings pinned deep in their own territory. But the thing that pisses me off about this team, and it's pissed me off about them for the past 6 years, or ever since Kyle Shanahan has taken over, they cannot finish drives. They cannot complete a drive where they're in the red zone. And that pisses me off about this team more than anything else, man. You got to finish a drive like that. No excuses. You got to finish a drive like that. Because if you don't, you lean on your defense again to make a stop. Raw Dog said you were killing me in fantasy, but I got 6 to play, 5 to play. I'm not even looking. My attention is on this game, and I'm pissed off right now that the Niners had the ball 1st and goal from the 5 and couldn't complete the drive. But this is what's made me angry about them. This is what's made me angry about them the entire time that Shanahan has been the coach. They cannot finish drives in the red zone. And now you give Minnesota confidence. That's all right. It's still a long game, but you don't want opportunities like that to go to waste. Especially in a game like this where it's going to be a slog and a half. From the 2-yard line, the Vikings go back to work after the goal line stand, and we get a flag. And it's a false start against the Vikings. So from the 2, it'll back up to the 1. So 1st and 10 has now become 1st and 11. Hell, we had Cooper drop a sure TD. Well, when has he not dropped a sure TD? He's dropped more sure TDs than he's caught. Hand off to Jones, and Jones gets a couple, if that. Oh, that's what happened. The ball was tipped It still got into Jennings's hands, but he couldn't haul it in. All right, 2-yard gain, 2nd and 9, and Darnold out of the end zone to throw. And it's a deep one running free, and it's Jefferson, and he's got it inside the 30, inside the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Vikings. And that's what happens when you don't complete plays in the red zone. 97 yards. That's exactly what happens when you don't complete plays in the red zone. It should have been a 7-3 lead. The Vikings hold thanks to a great defensive play. Ball tipped at the line, and then Jefferson runs right by this 49ers secondary, which has sucked the last 2 years, and they get 97 yards. Extra point is good, and the Vikings have all the confidence in the world, leading 10-0. Wow. And Sam Darnold, when he has talent around him, he looks good. And right now, so do the Vikings. Vikings lead 10-0. I got to take a breather. I'll be back. God damn. That's exactly what happens when you don't finish in the red zone. That's exactly how they beat us last year. They led 10-0. We get back in the game, and it was 10-7. The Niners had a chance to get off the field, and they didn't. It turned into a touchdown by Jordan Addison, and it was 17-7 at the half. That's exactly how they beat us last year. Damn it. 97 yards. 97 bleeping yards. That's unacceptable. But then again, it's a secondary that has been torched the last 3 years. There was so much confusion that there's confusion, there's disarray, and that's what happens when your confidence has been shot because you can't complete a drive in the red zone. They get a chance and they take advantage of it like a team should. Like a team should. Still a long way to go. 98 yards in 2 plays in 52 seconds, and 97 of those belong to Justin Jefferson. Man, oh man. This 49er defense, when they play teams like the Vikings, teams that they should beat, they play down to their competition. See, at that point in time, and I'm second guessing all of this. Shanahan, you should have taken the points. I know I'm second guessing all of this. Now they're down 10-0. Here's the kick. And it's going to go to Debo. He'll take a knee, and the Niners will start at the 30-yard line. Jefferson ran a curl to the inside and then broke it back and then broke it back to the outside, and Darnold was able to find him. That offensive line of the Vikings deserves a lot of credit because they were able to give him time. And Jefferson ran right by him. And no one stopped him on the way to the end zone. No one stopped him. Last year it was Jordan Addison. This time it's the main man, Justin Jefferson. Now you got to come up with some points. You got to get back. You got to get back in this ball game. From the 30, Purdy back to throw, looking, lobs it, incomplete. What was that? It's incomplete. Looking for Juszczyk, and Juszczyk didn't turn around and look. 2nd and 10. This is a real discombobulated team at this moment. They looked great on that last drive, but didn't finish it. And it's going to cost them the game today. That play right there, that 97-yard touchdown, could cost them the game. 4th time they've had the ball today, and they turn it over on downs after going 88 yards on 15 plays. Back is Purdy, looking, firing over the middle. It is caught! What a catch by Deebo Samuel. 1st down, San Francisco. All right. You want a confidence builder? Stick it in the end zone, man. But you got to get down there. They went 88 yards, and Deebo caught that twice. He went up, he high-pointed it, and then he hauled it in. All right, 1st down, San Francisco. Purdy 10 of 15 for 113 yards. Now let's get some points, boys. Here's Mason, and they're waiting for him. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 for Jordan Mason and company. As Phillips makes the stop. 2nd quarter, it's New Orleans 21 and Dallas 13. Kamara with a 5-yard rushing touchdown and a 57-yard touchdown reception for New Orleans. And Shaheed was with 3 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown. Dak Prescott, 10 of 12, 127 yards. He also thrown a touchdown. It went to CeeDee Lamb. And Purdy gets the snap on 2nd and 9. He fires over the middle, and it's caught by Juszczyk down to the Minnesota 44. And it leaves 3rd down and about 3. Coming up for the 49ers. Yeah, I know. Darnold's actually doing well. There's talent around him, like Justin Jefferson. And a lot of this is on the 49er defense. They are not playing well right now. 3rd and 3. Come on, boys. You can convert this one. Juszczyk out of the game. Purdy out of the shotgun. Niners 1 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. Vikings making their defensive changes. Here's Mason trying to run to the left. He didn't get it. And now it is 4th down, and you want to pin him deep. That cutback lane was right there, and Mason did not read it. That cutback lane was right there. And now it is 4th and 2. Pat Jones out of Pittsburgh made the stop, and they're going to go for it again. Since they're not doing it on 3rd down, may also do it on 4th down. 4th and 2. 5 on the play clock. Purdy out of the gun. He's going to take it. Flag down, and he's got it. But let's check. Nope, they mark him short. They mark him short of the 1st down, but let's check the flag. The flag came after the snap. And it's against San Francisco. The Vikings will decline it, and they'll take over. Illegal shift. Decline it, and the Vikings take over. And Ayuk was the guilty party. And he was short of the 1st down. He was short of the 1st down anyway. Purdy was short of the 1st down anyway. This is not how I was hoping the game would start, but give credit to Minnesota. Give credit to the Vikings. They're playing great. The Niners are not. The Niners are not playing well at all. Now it's going to be up to their defense to come up with a stop. They have not stopped the Vikings since the first drive of the game. They have not stopped the Vikings since the first drive of the game. And that 97-yard touchdown to Justin Jefferson has given him all the confidence in the world. And I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if they take a shot after this timeout. Wow. Just wow. I mean, if there's one thing that really irks me, and I'm sorry I said it. I'm sorry I said it. I said it the wrong way earlier. There's one thing that irks me about this 49er team right now. They are inconsistent. They're inconsistent, and it's going to cost them. Unless this defense comes up with a stop right now, and they're able to get the ball back and get some points, which is what they should have done on 4th and goal the last time. Well, Kyle Shanahan had confidence in his offense. I mean, why not? But you got to come up with a stop right here. Man, oh man. Not the game that I thought this would be. And the Vikings are proving me wrong so far. So far, they are proving me wrong. 10-0 Vikings, 6:36 remaining, and the miscues have really cost the 49ers, including a 4th and goal miss. Big miss. All right, let's see what the defense does. As the Vikings will start from their own 42-yard line out of the eye, the toss to Jones, and Jones gets across the 45, and this is not Jones. He gets out to the 49-yard line, gain of 7. It is 32 and not 33. And that ball carrier was Ty Chandler in his 3rd year out of North Carolina. Dominic Flanagan fouls made the stop for the 49ers. 7-yard gain, 2nd down and 3. From the 49-yard line, Darnold under center with Chandler with him, and the toss to Chandler running right. 1st down and more to the Niner 45-yard line. Or they mark him down to the 46. And this Vikings team looks good so far. They look good. Defense and offense. On 1st down, the hand to Chandler. He escapes to his right. 40, 35, 30 to the 25 and down to the 22-yard line. Jair Brown with the stop for San Francisco. Too many secondary players making the stop. Too many. And the Vikings offensive line is just taking care of business. That's as simple as it gets. They're opening the holes. From outside the red zone at the 21-yard line on 1st and 10, Darnold back over the middle. Intercepted! Fred Warner with the pick outside the 20. Room to roll. Jumps over an opponent out to the 35-yard line. Fred Warner, the All-Pro, comes up with an interception. And life now stands back in San Francisco. What a play by Fred Warner. As the intended receiver that time, was Trent Sherfield, former 49er in his 7th year out of Vanderbilt. Now, can the Niners take advantage of it? What a play by Fred Warner. And y'all are seeing my emotions in the raw watching this game. What a pick. What a pick. And I can't believe I'm going to read this score update. It is New Orleans 28 and Dallas 13. What? I'll read that again. It is New Orleans 28 and Dallas 13 with 2:48 left in the first half of that game. $28-13? Huh? How's that happening? Is that the only scoreboard? There we go, scores. Duh. All right. Oops. Scoreboard update. I can't. Oh, boy. Okay, scoreboard update. The Chargers lead the Panthers 13-0. That's only going to get worse. Packers lead the Colts 10-0. But the Colts are about to punt. Bears and Texans go later. It's the Ravens over Las Vegas 6-3. I told you New Orleans is embarrassing Dallas 28-13. Tampa Bay over Detroit 13-6. And there's 5:02 left in the first half of that game. 156 left in the first half. They're just beyond the 2-minute warning. Just over the 2-minute warning there. Green Bay 10, Indianapolis nothing. Jacksonville trails Cleveland 10-3. 4:38 left in the first half of that game. It's Seattle 14, New England 13. 2:25 left in the first half of that game. Jets and Tennessee. It's Tennessee 7, the Jets nothing. There's 1:55 left in the first half there. Giants and Redskins are tied at 6, and everybody else plays later. There's your scoreboard update. Speaking of scores, can the Niners take this interception after allowing the Vikings deep into their own territory? Can they take advantage of it? 1st and 10 for Brock Purdy and company at their own 34-yard line, working right to left with 4:38 left in the first half. And now an audible as Purdy will shift to a pistol formation. Now it's a full-on shotgun with Mason standing to the right. Snap to Purdy. He looks to throw, stands up, throws deep. Caught Deebo Samuel inside the 40, down to the 36-yard line. "32-yard reception by Deebo Samuel down to the Viking 34. This is the drive where the Niners need to come up with some points to stay in this game, especially off of a turnover. Each team now with one turnover. The Vikings turned the block punt into 3 points. Samuel, 3 catches, 48 yards. The Niners have controlled the clock, and they've run more plays. They have more first downs, but they had no points to show for it. Here's Jordan Mason inside the 30 and down at the 30-yard line. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2 from that point. Baker Mayfield is 6 of 9 for 107 yards for a touchdown, and all 6 receptions are to Chris Godwin. Jets just scored. They did. It's 7-7. It is 7-all in Tennessee. 143 yards passing for San Francisco. Here's the toss to Mason. And inside the 30. First down, 25-20, 15-10, down to the 7-yard line. And again, they're back in the goal zone. Pay it off with a touchdown if you would, please. 3 minutes left in the first half. Vikings 10, 49ers nothing. Mason on this carry picked up 24. And the Chargers scored again. And it's now 20-0. As I said, that's going to get worse. 1st and goal from the 8. That's a 22-yard gain. And now it's 1st and goal from the 8. 2.5 for the half. Mason off to the left of Purdy with Purdy under center. Here's Mason up the middle. He'll get a yard at that. And this will take us down to 2 minutes. Jets have scored. They now have tied the Tennessee Titans. I knew this said Tennessee Volunteers. 7-7. 2:05 left in the half. Purdy out of the shotgun. 2 on the play clock, and now we're at 2 minutes. I said 2 on the play clock. Jeez. Oh, mercy. All right. 2 minutes for the first half. Niners knocking on the door, trailing 10-0. Okay. Catching up on my messages here and looking for a message from my honey because she's with my mother. She's been with my mother-in-law this weekend. So no message there. They're probably still in church right now. Sanders either going to Carolina or the Giants. Who cares? Who actually cares? I certainly don't. Define workout. I'm reading a group conversation between my wife and my daughters. It's a new gang sign. Carmen is so silly. Carmen is absolutely silly. I can't slip the Wings Indiana Fever game because that's at 3, and this game will still be going. There we go. I've been a 49er fan since 1981. I've been through the ups and the downs. I've been through the Montana dynasty, the Young dynasty, the Kaepernick era. And now it's all about Brock Purdy and company. I hope the Saints continue to embarrass the Cowboys. Announcement tomorrow. Snowman in the Morning will come your way at 8 a.m. Eastern time. And I made that change yesterday. Made that change yesterday, and I want to be sure that I get my medical appointments down. They're going to beat up Young in the shower. Oh, my gosh. Sanders has a lot to prove at the college level before he thinks about the pros. That he does. All right, Niners got something to prove here. Speaking of which, 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line, from the 7-yard line. After the interception by Fred Warner and the deep pass to Deebo Samuel and the big run by Jordan Mason, they have it at the 7. Purdy will throw, looking, and throws, and it is caught, and that is George the Animal Kittle! Touchdown! San Francisco! Thank you very much. And Fred Warner needs that game ball because Fred Warner set the whole deal up by picking off Sam Darnold. 4-yard touchdown pass to George Kittle. And he did indeed get across the goal line when he dove. Sanders got a lot to prove at the college level before he thinks about the pros. You're preaching to the choir here. 1:53 left in the first half. Snap is backing down, and Moody's kick is good. And the Niners are on the board. 1:53 left in the first half. It is the Vikings 10 and the 49ers 7. Now let's see if their defense can come up with another stop after this. I got a headache. But coming up at the half, it's the BetUS.com halftime report. All the stats, facts, and figures of this game in Minnesota, and we'll take you around the league with a scoreboard update. That's BetUS.com, where the game begins. All right, it is 10-7. Doggone it. There we go. And it was this score last year. Let me move this up. There we go. It was this score last year when the Vikings got a 66-yard touchdown to Jordan Addison. That's who I was looking for. I will do the Sunday night game tonight between the Bears and the Texans, and here's hoping that C.J. Stroud hangs 400 yards on their asses. I hope the Bears get 400 yards of offense hung on them today, or tonight rather. I'm not going to do a late game, but I will say this: I have a marathon planned for December 1st. 5 plays, 65 yards, and 245. That's the scoring drive. Scoring drive brought to you by Invader Coffee. Here's the approach and the kick, and it will go out of bounds, and the Vikings will take it at their own 30-yard line. Look at my Browns running outside. Oh, that's a given. We're up 13-3. I'm going to make sure I get all the scores ready. All right, from the 30-yard line, Darnold back to throw over the middle. That pass is caught. First down out to the 48-yard line. And on the reception is Jalen Naylor in his third year out of Michigan State. 18-yard gain, 1st and 10. 90 seconds left in the first half. Can the Niners make a stop this time? Here's the snap to Darnold looking to throw, and he is caught and dropped. Nick the Quick Bosa with his first sack of the season. Loss of 5, 2nd down and 15. Last season, Nick Bosa had 53 tackles and 10.5 sacks, and timeout called on the field. 1:18 left in the first half. It's the Vikings 10 and the 49ers 7. Oh no, Prescott threw a pick in his own territory. Why are we surprised? It's Dak Prescott. Who gives two? Forgive me, Jim Durham and Wayne Larrivee, for doing this during the broadcast. Who gives 2/5 of a half of a damn about Dak Prescott and what he does? Until he does something second week of January and beyond, I ain't buying it. All right, 2nd down and 15 from the 43-yard line. 1:18 left in the first half. Vikings 10, 49ers 7. Vikings will get the ball to start the second half. Snap to Darnold. He throws to the outside. Caught by Aaron Jones, and Jones will get wrestled down for a couple. Each team 1 timeout left. 1:05 left in the first half with the clock running. Again, it was late in the first half last year when the Niners surrendered a 66-yard touchdown. I hope they don't surrender one this year. Praying they don't surrender one this year. The defense seems to have tightened up after the Fred Warner interception. 45 seconds left in the first half. Now, Vikings 10, 49ers 7. Vikings get the ball to start the second half, and they seem to have slowed down. 3rd down and 13. Receiver across the formation. That's Naylor in motion. Snap to Darnold. Winds up, throws. It is caught by Naylor. He's got a first down. Oh, excuse me. It's caught by Justin Jefferson. So we're down to the final 20 seconds left in the first half. Minnesota 1 timeout left. 17-16. And Darnold spikes it with 15 seconds left in the first half. They had 3rd and 13, and they couldn't do any, and they couldn't stop them. They couldn't stop them. Dag nabbit. Oh, man. Can they stop him here? We have a new number 1 in the AP Top 25, and it is Texas. So A.L. Evans was right. Texas took care of business, and they're the new number 1s. Will they ride that new number 1 all the way to January? Or will the dogs come back? So Texas and Georgia have flip-flop spots, and timeout called by San Francisco. They're out. Second quarter score, Seattle 14, New England 13. And they run with, and their clock's running with 20 seconds left in the first half. That Colorado team isn't very good, and that's being polite. I won't be polite. Colorado just plain sucks. They have no offensive line. They have no defensive line. Shedeur Sanders isn't all of that. They got no running game. What can they do? Play lesser teams and pray that their offense does what they did last night against Colorado State? Come on. That's no, and I repeat, no. 4 receptions for 132 yards for Justin Jefferson today. 97 came on 1 shot. Come on, Niners. Stop him here. Snap to Darnold. Out near midfield, looking to throw. He winds up and throws a long one, and it's incomplete. Looking for Justin Jefferson with 11 seconds left in the first half. I thought it was their line last year, but it looks like the team just it's team dysfunction and the lack of a line. Look at what Nebraska did to them. Nebraska had nearly 200 yards of rushing offense against them last week. There is a leadership problem over there. There's more than a leadership problem. On 3rd and 10, Darnold to throw, steps up in the pocket, wide open spaces. Darnold, 30, 25, 20, slides down there. 3 seconds left in the first half. Timeout Vikings. They'll get a field goal to start them to close the half. Man. At least it's not a touch. At least they will not surrender a touchdown like they did last year. And I'm going back to what happened last year in this building. Vikings jumped out 10-0. Niners get a touchdown, led 10-7. They were about to make a stop like they were here, but then they surrendered what turned out to be a 66-yard touchdown. It looks like Deion let his ego take over, and it's affecting the team. That's an understatement. Will Reichard with a 22-yard field goal today, and he'll try to add one from 39 to close the first half. 2-1. It's on the way, and it's good, and the Vikings lead 13-7, and they'll get the ball to start the second half. There's a lot of buts against San Francisco, but it's a one possession game, 13-7. I'm mixed up with my sports because I'm also paying attention to play-by-play with JJ, who's very, very dear to me. And I love his success right now. All right. Our schedule, and I'll work on it this afternoon, and I'll post it. I'll have the Sunday night game with the Bears and the Texans, and then Monday night it's the Eagles and the Falcons. And we'll have. Did I read that score right? Hold on a minute. Is it possible Deion simply isn't up to coaching that he's on currently? Nightfall. It is not possible. It's happening right before our eyes. Remember what he said last year? Remember what he said at the end of last year? He said, get me now. Man, Stop it. The only reason that Dion is there is for money. Bringing money to Colorado. Okay? That's it. That's it. That's all he's there for. All right, let me take a break. When we come back, we'll go over the scores. We'll go over this game, and we'll get you ready for the. Oh man, this is out of place. Hold on a minute. Let me move myself back there. Okay, there's that. Move. Not that. Dag nabbit. There we go. That. Okay. All right. All that is taken care of. Let's move these up. Let's move these up here because there's one more thing I want to add to it. There's one more thing I want to add to it. And I will figure that out and I will add it when y'all get back. Oh, crap. Fuck. There it is. Shit. God damn it. Fuck. Okay. Gonna add something here. Subscriber. Doggone it. I can't spell gold today. Boom. Okay. That and that and this and this. Okay. The Niners trail the Vikings 13-7. The Vikes will get, doggone it. The Vikes will get the ball to start the second half. Oh no, it's up there. Duh. Oy. Okay. Let's see if we can get up. Let's see if we can make our goal of 2,000 subs by the end of September. This is the box I want here. I'm going to shrink that. There. All right. Okay. All right. Let me give you all the scores real quick. And bang, right there. All right. It's the Chargers over the Panthers 20-0. They've gone to the third quarter. Packers lead the Colts 10-0. They're in the third quarter. We're close to going to the third quarter in Minnesota. Vegas and Baltimore, 9-6 Baltimore at the end of the second quarter there. It is halftime in Dallas, and it's 35-16 New Orleans. What? 35-16 New Orleans. Seattle leads Green Bay 17-13 at halftime of that one. Okay. Everybody else is here. All right. All right. I got to take one final break. And then we'll be back for the second half of today's game after this. Then it says 10-7. That's incorrect. God damn it. Ugh. All right. I think we're ready to go to the third quarter. And we are already underway, I see, in the third quarter, as Darnold threw an incomplete pass. And they call it intentional grounding. So I'm way late. I'm sorry I'm so late. I'm sorry I'm late with the updating of the scoreboard. It is 3rd and 23 for Darnold and company, who takes the belt high shotgun snap, looks to throw, fires to the far side. It's caught. And the Niners make the Vikings go 3 and out. And the Niners will get the ball for the first time in the second half. I am sorry I'm late for the start of the second half of this game. Oh, it's 6-yard gain on that play. It's 4th down and 17. And the Niners defense indeed has tightened up. I was saying that just a few moments ago when I was running around here. I don't know what time my wife will be home. And here's the punt. And it will be safely caught out of bounds by the new number 19 for San Francisco. It is Jacob Cowing. Jacob Cowing caught the punt out of bounds. 13:35 to go in the third quarter. 17-14 our score. I wonder if he knows we hear him cursing. Nope. I don't wonder. I know you guys hear me swearing, and I am sorry about that. I've missed a whole bunch of chats while I'm throwing a guy open. He's an athletic quarterback talking about Shedeur Sanders, I assume, meaning he needs to be taught to read defenses at the line and make better decisions throwing the football with touch and anticipation. Still, Iori says about Shedeur Sanders, he's a second round guy right now to me at best, and I agree with that. Cowboys down 35-13, and it's just now halftime. You got to love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, folks, let's see how fast we can get this channel to 2,000 subscribers. Our goal is to make 2,000 by the end of the month. That's the goal I'm sticking with. Tire Granola, her podcast says, howdy. What's up, Tire Granola? Great to have you here. Well, the Panthers won't be shut out, just blown out again. Yep. Just blown out again. Hope that felt as good as it sounded. Whew. Okay. Everything's situated. The Mets and the Phillies, which is the game that JJ is covering. And there is no score. The Mets have 3 hits. The Phillies have 1 hit. They're in the 5th inning. Yeah, they're in the top of the 5th inning. That is a possible playoff series. That is a possible playoff series. 13:35 to go in the third quarter. Let's see what the 49ers do, having the ball for the first time. Second time that Darnold has been sacked today. And the intentional and they called intentional grounding on that sack, which was made by Yatir Gross-Matos in his 5th year out of Penn State. Here's Mason. He gets out the 40, runs over a man. He gets out to the 43-yard line. Gain of 9, 2nd and 1 from that point. Yatir Gross-Matos, the former Panther, with the pressure that put Sam Darnold on his backside. Mason got 9. It's 2nd and 1 from there. 13:05 left in the third quarter. It's Minnesota 13, the 49ers 7, but the Niners have it as Purdy will throw, maybe, escapes to his left, backs up, now throws. It's caught by Juszczyk with a tiptoe catch. Tiptoe, toe tap, whatever the heck it is. It's a gain of 10 and a first down for the 49ers. What a catch by Kyle Juszczyk. He did that in the NFC Championship game against Detroit. He hauled it in. He tapped both toes down. First down, San Francisco. And on a scramble play, that's his guy. Kyle Juszczyk, that's his guy. In his 13th year out of Harvard. Here's the snap to Purdy. He looks to throw. Now escapes to his left. Gets out of trouble. Stops at the 45. And now, what was that? He faked. He did a pump fake. The Minnesota defender jumped over him. And Purdy ducked under. And he got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. I thought he picked up more yards than that. But he didn't. 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line in Frisco territory. 11:45 left in the third quarter from the Minnesota 49. 2nd and 10 is the pitch to Mason, and Mason is going to be caught and dropped for a loss of 2. That developed late, and everybody was there to get to him. And first person there was Ivan Pace, the man in his 2nd year out of Cincinnati. It's actually a loss of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for the 49ers. And they have not done well on 3rd downs this afternoon. 11:05 left in the 3rd quarter. Purdy out of the shotgun formation. Purdy 3 for 5 on 3rd down passing. He winds up and he's down. So Purdy is sacked for the first time this afternoon, and the 49ers will punt it away. And with the sack is Pat Jones in his 4th year out of Pittsburgh. The line collapsed. Trent Williams went one way and Pat Jones went the other. So the Niners unable to take advantage of that opportunity. Wisnowski gets the punt away, and it's a long one. Fair catch called for and made at the Viking 15-yard line. So 10-19 remains in the 3rd quarter. It's the Vikings 13 and the 49ers 7. Man, this is a slog of a game. This is a slog of a game, but the Niners are in it. Only down by 6. Whew. I might have to take a longer nap than I expected after this game's done. But I still got some things to do around the house when we get done here. Okay. Most 35 for New Orleans at the half. Most points that the Cowboys have allowed in a half since 2004. And the Chargers are up 23-3 now over Carolina. Indy got a field goal. They trailed the Pack by 10 still, 13-3, but the Packers face 3rd and 19 on their own 21. Jets lead Tennessee 14-10. They're in the 3rd quarter. As Giants lead the Redskins 12-9. And they're facing 4th and 8 from the Giants' 9-yard line with the Redskins in possession. New England trails Seattle 17-13. Now it's up to the 49er defense again. And against teams like this, they really struggle. I don't know. I don't know why. I guess I can actually say they came into this game overconfident. I think they overlooked the Vikings. I really think they did. And all the noise that US Bank Stadium can make. So it's the second possession for the Minnesota Vikings in the 3rd quarter. Aaron Jones has been one of the focuses of the Viking offense. 1st and 10 from their own 15. The fake to Jones. Darnold steps up and throws out near side. That pass is caught. 1st down and more. Out to the 33-yard line on a gain of 18. Trent Sherfield with the reception for the Vikings. George Odom made the stop from the 32. It is 1st and 10. Jones cutting to the outside to the 40. He gets 8. That's the problem with San Francisco. They can pressure inside, but they have no one to contain the outside. 8-yard gain by Aaron Jones, 2nd and 2. Seattle leads New England 17-13 with 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter of that game. And the Patriots have the ball. 2nd and 2 on a gain of 8. Darnold looks over the defense, takes the snap and he pitches to Jones, this time running left, and Fred Warner is able to string him out, and he can't get there. Loss of at least one on that play, on a great play by Fred Warner. Jones tried to stutter step Warner, and Warner stayed with him. Diamador Lenore rally tackled. So third down coming up for the Minnesota Vikings. 3rd and 3 on a loss of 1. Fourth play for San Francisco for negative yards. The Vikings have 3 of them. Darnold out of the shotgun formation as they change plays. 3rd and 3. Snap to Darnold. They bring pressure. Can they get to him? They can, and it's Bosa that gets to him. Bosa's second sack of the game. And the Vikings go 4 now, because he did pick up a first down. Second sack of the game for Nick the Quick Bosa. And the Vikings will punt again. Darnold had escaped for a moment as he got under Gross Matos, but then Bosa was waiting for him and able to bring him down. Loss of 5. So on 4th and 8, they punt. It's a deep one, and fair kick. Just call for it. Made the ball. Let's drop. Somebody get to it. Somebody get to it. Somebody get to it. Ball still free. Still free. San Francisco is able to get to it. Or did they? Or did they? Please tell me San Francisco got it. They did. Shoo. Oh man, 49ers keep the ball. That was a disaster averted. Holy cow. Cowing called for a fair catch, and the person that got to it, that rescued possession for the 49ers, was Isaac Yiadom in his 7th year out of Boston College. 7:41 left in the 3rd, and breathe a sigh of relief. Niner gang, Vikings 13, Niners 7. Two plays of negative yards ended that drive, as on 2nd and 1, they lost 2 yards. Fred Warner made the stop, and then on 3rd and 3, Darnold turned right into the waiting arms of Nick Bosa, who picked up his second sack of the afternoon. Which of the afternoon games are you looking forward to? The Niners will start from their own. Must have drank some Ackright. He drank something. Niners will start from their own 13-yard line. And on 1st and 10, it's Jordan Mason, and he gets nothing and likes it. Grenard made the stop. And it's first down lately that has killed San Francisco, because they're not able to pick up anything on it. Not able to pick up anything on it. Meanwhile, 7:41 left in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the 49ers. Nick Bosa picking up his second sack of the day, as I said. And the Niners will start from their own 13-yard line after a muffed punt by Jacob Cowing. Isaac Yiadom made the recovery. And like 3 different Vikings had a shot at it. And on second down, Purdy to throw, looking short middle, and for Juszczyk, and it is intercepted. And Metellus is pushed out at the 49er 10 for a 12-yard return. And you're right, Nightfall. The 49er running game is doing some things, but they're forcing Purdy to make plays. And unfortunately, right now, he hasn't made it. He hasn't made that many of them. And that was on a tip drill also. And watch, the Vikings are going to take full advantage. They're going to take full advantage of it. They're going to take full advantage of it. The whole team's in the end zone dancing. Under 7 to go in the third. And Darnold back to throw into the end zone. It is caught by Naylor for the touchdown. 10-yard pass to Naylor. And it's 19-7 with the extra point to come. Oh, man. Staring an L right in the face. Right in the face. And they deserve this L too, should it turn out to be that way. Timeout on the field. Vikings 20, 49ers 7. And Naylor was wide open. You can't get any more open than that. So Jalen Naylor with a 10-yard touchdown reception, extra point good. And with 6:49 left in the third quarter, the 49ers find themselves in trouble, down 20-7. They were down 10. They got within 10-7. But they have not done anything. And it's the Vikings that spook them. The Vikings are playing great today. And they let Naylor run loose to the right corner of the end zone. Jalen Naylor got loose. And no one picked him up. No one picked him up. They are carving this 49er defense, the Vikings are, to shreds. Ah, boy. 6:49 for the third. And the Vikings have the lead, 20-7. Early season test for San Francisco, and they're failing badly. They trailed now 20-7 after a second turnover turned into points. 2 turnovers, 10 points, a block punt, and now an interception. And the 49ers have got to figure something out. 6:49 remains in the third quarter of this game. And everything that the folks saying in the chat is true. They're forcing Purdy to beat him. And Purdy so far has done some things, but not the game-breaking play that everyone's looking for. Not yet. They've stopped the Vikings have found a way to contain Mason in the second half. And if that happens, though, a blueprint is being laid out right before our eyes for other teams to beat the Niners without their best player, who of course is Christian McCaffrey. But this is where you make adjustments if you're Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers. The Lions have jumped in front of the Buccaneers. $187 in favor of the Vikings. They will kick off. Our next game will be tonight at 8 with Sunday Night Football, and it will go to and through the end zone with a flag down. I mean, that touchdown pass by Darnold looked way too easy. So legal formation against Minnesota will bring the ball out to the 35-yard line. Purdy has been sacked once this afternoon. And if there was ever a time that Purdy needed a big play, this is the time that they need a big play. And the player that they need to get involved in this ball game is the person that held out the longest, and that's Brandon Ayuk. They've got to get Ayuk involved in this ball game. They're down 2 scores. If you stop San Francisco from running, they are in trouble. I don't think so. Purdy will throw, and down he goes for a loss of 7. And as we say that happens. Second time that Purdy has been sacked this afternoon. And it's Pat Jones, the outside linebacker, who got the sack. That's his second sack of the day. And it'll be a loss of 7, and it'll be second down and 17. Detroit now leads Tampa Bay 16-13. They are late in the third quarter. 4 sacks for Minnesota today. And Purdy back to throw. Winds up and throws. It is caught by Brandon Ayuk. There you go. Out to midfield. 22-yard connection, and it's a first down for the 49ers. But you can't back this up with a negative play. Man, Ayuk needed that. Ayuk and the 49ers needed to that. 24 yards for Brandon Ayuk today. And they're going to hand it to Deebo Samuel running right. Samuel has nowhere to go. He is strung out and dropped for a loss. Josh Metellus makes the stop. Metellus in his 5th year out of Michigan. It'll be a loss of 1. It'll be second down and 11 from that point. That's the 4th play for San Francisco has 6 plays for negative yards. All right, boys, you can get back in this game. 4:45 left in the third, 3 on the play clock, now 2, now 1, and timeout call by San Francisco. Just as the play clock went dead. And it's a 30-second timeout. And the line they need to make is the 40-yard line. And I go back to the first time that San Francisco was in the red zone. They got all the way to the 2-yard line. They faced 4th and goal from the 2, and the Minnesota defense stood up, especially after they tipped the ball at the line of scrimmage. 4 sacks today for Minnesota. They allowed 247 yards. They do have an interception. They've allowed only 7 points to this juncture. And it's second down and 11 with 4:39 remaining in the third quarter. Minnesota 20, San Francisco 7. And the snap to Purdy. They look to throw, and Purdy steps up in the pocket. Got wide open spaces inside the 50, down to the 45, down to the 40 as he tiptoes out of bounds. And that's enough for a 49er first down. Pace makes the stop for Minnesota, and it's 1st and 10. 96 yards rushing for Minnesota, 90 for San Francisco. And the handoff to Mason. Mason running right, runs into a wall, and down he goes after a gain of 1. And this is a slog of a game. If there's ever a time they need to get Ayuk involved, it's now. He has 24 yards in receptions today. Second down and 8. 3:30 left in the third quarter. Mason averaged 12 yards. And Purdy goes down again, holding the ball too long. And usually plays like that lead to turnovers. Man, this Minnesota defense has been dynamite today. Give them their props. They've been dynamite. The offense for the 49ers is stuck in the mud, and Ayuk was wide open. And Purdy had a little time to get it to him. He didn't make the fast read. Ronnie Bell was wide open also, but he held on to the ball too long and didn't see Bell running free up the sideline. 5 sacks for the Vikings today. Only 2 for San Francisco. Purdy will throw. He winds up and throws, and it's intercepted. Second interception by the Viking defense. And this is probably going to close the door on this game. I hate saying it, but I'm going to have to say it. They are not the same without Christian McCaffrey. And the San Francisco defense has been cut to ribbons. The ball slipped out of Purdy's hands, and he was unable to regather it. And now Minnesota's going to run the daylights out of the football with 2:28 left in the third quarter. Jefferson in motion. This is Chandler, and Chandler gets 7. This is going to be the Tyson Chandler show. This is the Ty Chandler show coming up right here. And they're going to march it right down the field on this 49er defense, which has no answer for this Vikings offense today. No answers. And normally it's the other way around. Here he comes again. Chandler, first down and more, down to the 30. Mark him down at the 31 on a gain of 12. Aaron Jones is going to get a breather. And if you're San Francisco, you got to keep them off the board this time. You have to. Here's Chandler again on the counter. Inside the 30 and down to the 24. They'll officially mark him down at the 25-yard line. Collins makes the stop for San Francisco. 6-yard gain, second down and 4. It's all Minnesota right now. They are controlling the game. Chandler in the backfield along with Sam Darnold. Toss to Chandler. Running left. He's got the first down and more. Another first down for Minnesota. And we have time on the field. And it's Bosa that's down. Wouldn't you know it? Jefferson is down for the Vikings. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? The blocking has been there for the Vikings. And they ran right into Bosa's leg. Well, Droid said it's going to take a catastrophic injury to stop San Francisco. We already got one catastrophic injury with Christian McCaffrey. Well, Bosa is up. That's good to see. He is up and off the field. Jefferson is up and walking off the field. That's great to see also. But now he's going to get a little bit of help getting off the field. As he is limping. Jefferson has four receptions, 133 yards, and that big 97-yard touchdown, which had Minnesota up 10-0 at the time. So they'll take a look at Jefferson. Bosa is up and off the field, which is good to see. Jefferson's headed toward the 10. 25 seconds left in the third quarter. From the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for Darnold and company in Minnesota. And on a blitz, here they come. They drop the screen to Aaron Jones. He's wide open, and he is going to... He dropped the ball! It looked like Jones was going to the end zone. He dropped the ball. It's a touchback, and the 49ers have it with 8 seconds left in the third quarter. That ball was punched out of the end zone, and Isaac Yiadom comes up with it. Again. What? Unreal. Unreal. And the 49ers will have it at the 20-yard line. He got 18 yards on that play, and then the ball was punched out by Fred Warner. It was punched out by Fred Warner, and Isaac Yiadom recovered it in the end zone. And they're all shaking hands with Aaron Jones. They'll get it another. They'll have another shot. Each team has 2 turnovers in this ball game, and it looked like Jones was going to get into the end zone, and then Fred Warner punched the ball out. Isaac Yiadom able to recover it, and they are going to mark the ball at the 1-yard line. That's where the ball should be. Ball should be at the 1-yard line because that's where Yiadom recovered it. So 2 interceptions by Purdy, and now two fumbles by Minnesota. So each team has 2 turnovers. Niners are still in this game. 1st and 10 from the 1-yard line. Everybody in tight. Hand off to Mason. He gets through. He'll get out to the 5-yard line, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. The Niners are still in this game, but they've got to finish this drive with a touchdown. They've got to go the distance and get some points. After 3, it's Minnesota 20 and San Francisco 7. Let's pause for this timeout. Oops. Nightfall Drop asked me earlier if he thought Brandon Ayuk was in the doghouse, and I thought he wasn't. But then he said that's why I asked if Ayuk was in the doghouse earlier. Kyle is known for scheming guys open, yet he doesn't seem to be making Purdy focus on him. Man, you may be right. You may be right. Kyle needs to start incorporating some screens to get Mason going on the ground. If there was a time to do it, this would be the time. Raw Dog says it's the coverages that they're giving Purdy. He's saying that you pull Purdy and put in Dobbs. He seemed to let the issue he seemed to be pressing the issue instead of letting the game come to him. Well, I don't think you pull Purdy right now. I don't think you pull him. You let him figure it. You let him figure it out. This is just part of the process. All right, scoreboard update. The Chargers lead the Panthers 26-3. They are now in the fourth quarter. They're deep in the fourth quarter in Green Bay, and it's all Packers 16-3. Baltimore leads Las Vegas 16-13. It's 41-19. New Orleans over Dallas. Tampa Bay over Detroit 2016. These are all fourth quarter scores. Jacksonville, they've just gone to the fourth quarter at Alltel Stadium. Jacksonville trails Cleveland 16-10. New England trails Seattle 17-13. They've just started the fourth quarter there. They're at the end of the third quarter in Washington. The Redskins lead the Giants 15-12. Jets in Tennessee are 17 all. And did I miss anything? Nope, got all the scores here. All right, it's the money period. 2nd and 6 coming up for the 49ers. They're at their own 5-yard line. They got to get to the 11 for a new set of downs. And it's Purdy that's going to throw, and it is caught. What a catch by Deebo Samuel. First down, San Francisco. What a catch in traffic by Deebo Samuel. And Justin Jefferson is headed to the Vikings locker room. He is still limping. I'm not going to speculate what the problem is. Purdy 16-23 for 193 yards. He threw 2 interceptions last year. He's thrown 2 today. Purdy to throw. He winds up and throws. It's caught by Deebo Samuel. And another first down. Lamar Jackson today, 17 of 26, 200 yards, a touchdown, and he has an interception. From the 31-yard line, the Niners move left to right here in the money period. And now the snap to Purdy. He looks to throw, sideline pass. That one's caught by Ronnie Bell. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 on that reception. And I made a mistake. It is Chris Conley. Chris Conley on the reception now. On the reception that time for San Francisco. 13:20 remaining. Niners have got to get downfield. They need the ball twice. Down 20-7. At the time, he throws to Brandon Ayuk, and Ayuk gets out of bounds with another San Francisco first down. 13 minutes left. This is the time for the Niners to march the ball downfield and stick it in the end zone and allow their defense to do the rest. Who is Eric Saubert out of Drake? Okay, Eric Saubert. I kept wondering to see who number 82 is. I was wondering who number 82 is. 12:50 remaining in the game. Vikings 20, Niners 7. You figure 2 more possessions along with this one for the 49ers. And on the counter, it's Jordan Mason, and Mason will get a yard if that. And now they're starting to shut Mason down. And there was a suggestion in the chat. I forgot who made it. I think it was Nightfall Drop who made the suggestion that you get some screens involved for Jordan Mason to get him going. You can do that now. That would be great. Also, you take it into next week. Only 12 yards in the second half for Jordan Mason. 2nd and 10. No gain that time. 7th play of the drive. They've gotten 41 yards. They've used 3:10 off the clock. Snap to Purdy. Fake to Mason. Purdy winds up, throws over the middle, tipped, incomplete. And now it's 3rd and 10. And again, the ball was tipped. They've tipped more passes today. San Francisco has. And it's the same linebacker getting in the area. 3rd and 10. Purdy 3 for 6 on 3rd down passing. He's gained 2 first downs. You got to get all 10 here. 3 on the play clock. Snap to Purdy. They bring pressure. Purdy throws. Caught by George Kittle. First down inside the 45, down to the 43-yard line. Needed 10, got 13 on that play. First down, 49ers. Bynum made the stop, and roughing the passer goes along with it, so you tack on 15 more. Ward, the guilty party, on the roughing the passer. Jihad Ward. Purdy looking for the call and got it. So a big third down conversion for the 49ers. And you tack on 15 more and you get them, and they're inside Viking territory down to the 29-yard line. That's the 6th penalty against Minnesota. If there is a chink in the armor, that would be it. 1st and 10, 11:25 remaining. Got to score here. Need a score. Must have. Snap to Purdy. Looking to throw. He fires to the corner. It is incomplete, and that was a dropped interception also. He was looking for George Kittle. Kittle looking for a pass interference. Murphy on the coverage for Minnesota, and they're not going to get a PI. On the coverage was Byron Murphy in his 6th year out of Washington. Murphy had the interception in his hand, and he dropped it. That probably would have sealed the game. 2nd and 10 for the 49ers. 11:16 remaining. They move left to right, trailing 20-7. They got their score in the first half. They've yet to score in the second half. Purdy will throw, looking, now escaping. He escapes again, and now throws sideline. Caught! Deebo Samuel's got it! How in the world did Deebo uncover at the last minute? He's just sitting there waiting, going, I'm right here, I'm right here. And Deebo made the catch. Let's make sure he made the catch. Both feet in. No. That is not a catch. That is not a catch. That will not be a catch. Minnesota's going to win this challenge. Minnesota is indeed going to win this challenge because Deebo did not have both feet in bounds. We're looking at it right now, deep on the sideline. Well, wait a minute. Oh, let's take a look at it. From the initial look, it looked like Deebo had both feet down when he made the catch. And then on the second look, it looked like Deebo moved his foot out of bounds. But I'm inclined to think that's still a catch. But they're going to take a look at it. Kevin O'Connell made the challenge call. The ball is at the Minnesota 16-yard line. I'm inclined to think that the call is going to stand. If it does stand, that's a 13-yard reception. And it'll be 1st and 10 inside the red zone for San Francisco. A punt, an interception, and a fumble. And those are the second half possessions for San Francisco. I haven't been drinking my water like I should, but I'm drinking it now. While I'm thinking about it. I'm taking a look at the replay again. I think that play is going to stand. Wilson 2112 is with us. Thank you, Wilson. No chunk plays. No chunk plays. No chunk plays whatsoever. Not yet, anyway. What the? Okay. All right. Let's see what they say. The play, I think, is going to stand. I think that play is going to stand for a 13-yard connection. And if it stands, the Niners have it 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 16-yard line. Call on the field does stand. So that's a 16-yard connection. And remember, there was a penalty earlier in the drive for roughing the passer. 11th play of the drive coming up for the 49ers. And on 1st and 10, they hand the ball up to Jordan Mason, and Mason gets up the middle to the 10-yard line on a gain of 6. Phillips and the hitman Harrison Smith on the stop. And it's 2nd down and 4, and you keep the ball with Mason. 10.5 minutes left. Minnesota 20, San Francisco 7. That 20th point came on the came on the back end of an interception that Purdy threw. And on 2nd down, they hand off to Mason, running right. 10-5, touchdown, San Francisco! And they're back in this ball game with 10:16 remaining. And that was a play that was a drive that went 99 yards. And Mason is flirting with another 100-yard game. And if they get the ball, if they make another stop and get the ball back, you feed Mason and keep feeding him. Moody for the extra point. Snap is back and down, up and good. And lo and behold, the Niners are still in it. 10-16 for the ball game. It is Minnesota 20 and San Francisco 14. That drive went 99 yards in 12 plays, and they kept the ball for 4 minutes and 52 seconds. Let's take a breather. Vikings 20, 49ers 14. All right, scoreboard update. It looks like this. New Orleans still beating up Dallas 41-19. Tampa Bay leads Detroit 20-16. These are fourth quarter scores. Baltimore 16, Vegas 13, Chargers 26, Carolina 3, Green Bay 16, and the Colts 3. The Colts have only 3 points. Boy, Matt Taylor has got to be seething right now. Cleveland 16, Jacksonville 10. 7:34 left in that game. The Patriots lead Seattle. Yes, the Patriots lead Seattle 20-17. 8:57 left in that game. Jets and Tennessee are tied 17 all. The Giants lead the Redskins 18-15. There's a scoregami for you. 99-yard drive. They needed to pay off that drive, and they did. Here's the approach and the kick by Moody. And it will go to and through the end zone or down in the end zone for a touchback. I don't get these new I don't get this new kickoff rule. I don't get it. I don't think I'll ever be able to get it. Bengals and Chiefs next from Kansas City, the world champion Chiefs looking to go 2-0 on the year. The Bengals trying to figure out who the hell they are. And the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. 10:16 remaining. They're up 20-14. Darnold under center with an offset I formation behind him. Receiver left, receiver right. And Darnold turns and hands it to Aaron Jones, and he is dropped immediately. Jair Brown got up there to help make the stop. Let's see if they can get the Vikings off the field here. Second half possessions for Minnesota. A pair of punts, a fumble, but that 10-yard touchdown off of an interception that made it 20-14. Raw Dog says we held 16-13. Cleveland now leads Jacksonville. 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8. Niners have had the ball for 32 minutes. Here's the snap to Darnold. He looks to throw. Now steps up, rolls to his left. Coverage coming, and they force him out of bounds. Fred Warner got there. Great job by Fred Warner. And it's 3rd down. And you got to have a stop here with 9:25 left. This is the time the 49er defense is starting to get their act together. Javon Hargrave in pursuit. And Warner punched the ball out again, but the ball fell out of bounds. And Dak throws another pick. Victor just messaged me and said, well, I'll be reporting to the ground tomorrow. We're going to wrap up all the games for you on Snowman in the Morning. 8 a.m. start time tomorrow. On 3rd and 7, the snap to Darnold, back to throw. Wide open on the other side. 1st down, Minnesota. Doggone it. No one covered Powell on the other side of the field, and it's 1st down for the Minnesota Vikings. And the ball will continue to move. It's Brandon Powell on the reception in his 7th year out of Florida. Somebody goofed up and didn't get Powell on the other side of the field. Carr 11 of 16 for 243 yards for New Orleans. I'm reading stats as they fly across the screen here. And on 1st down, they hand it to Aaron Jones. This time running left, and he slipped. Or this Ty Chandler, I beg your pardon. It is Chandler, 32, not 33, that got the carry for Minnesota. He had wide open spaces on the left side, but he slipped. Second and 8. 8 minutes left. Vikings 20, 49ers 14. 6-point lead. 49ers have got to get the Vikings off of the field as we have ticked under 8 minutes left. Under 8 minutes in the ball game. Chandler, the lone setback. 3 receivers out to the right. And the fake toss to Chandler. Darnold to throw. Fires. Incomplete. Looking for the tight end. Munt. And now it is 3rd down. Big 3rd down coming up for San Francisco defensively. Johnny Munt, the intended receiver in his 7th year out of Oregon. Derrick Henry just punched a just punched in a touchdown. 3rd and 8 for Sam Darnold and company with 3 on the play clock. Sherfield in motion. Snap to Darnold. Up the pressure up the middle. He throws, and it is caught. It is caught. What a catch. What a catch. Jalen Naylor with the reception for 33 yards and a first down for the Vikings. And that flew right by Yidam. I think you got to pull Yidam from this game because that's like the 3rd coverage he's missed. Jalen Naylor with a first down reception. Man, oh man. From the 28 of the 49ers. 7th play of the drive coming up. Here's the toss to Ty Chandler, and Chandler gets brought down. A field goal here makes it a 2-possession game as we are under 7 minutes to play. And if you look at this game for the 49ers, they had chance after chance after chance to stay in this ball game. And the other part of this is if you take the points, you have a tie game. If you take the points on their drive where they were at the 2-yard line, if you take the points, you have a tie game. And you change the thinking of the Vikings from there because later they capitalized on it and turned it into a touchdown. Darnold to throw. Near side. It's caught by Munt again. 6-yard gain. 3rd and 2 coming up, and the Vikings are looking to put this one away. We'll have our postgame show after the game where I will express my thoughts, and I'll do it here. The Niners have had their chances. And it's the same situation that they ran into last year in Minnesota. They had their chances, and they couldn't capitalize on them. They go to the Rams next week, does San Francisco, and they're going to face an even bigger problem there. On 3rd and 2, Darnold waits, takes the belt-high shotgun snap, plenty of time to throw over the middle. It's caught, first down. Powell again. And another first down for the Vikings. And they get to eat more clock. Ay. Well, the Colts have stuck it in the end zone with 1:47 remaining. And it's now 16-10. The Niners have controlled the ball. They've gotten more first downs. They don't have more yards, but those turnovers have gotten points for the Vikings. This is Chandler running off to the left, inside the 10, and down to the 5-yard line, maybe the 4, 1st and goal Vikings. Ball at the 9-yard line, 1st and goal for San Francisco. 1st and goal for Minnesota, I beg your pardon. See what happens when Darnold gets weapons with him. He turns actually into a good good quarterback. 1st and goal from the 5. Darnold under center. 2 trips for Minnesota in the red zone. They have a touchdown and a field goal. And the penalty will come up against the Vikings. And it's a false start. So it's a 5-yard penalty. And it will be 1st and goal from the 10. 3:47 remaining. Any score here by the Vikings. Any score here. And they're in the clear. .347 left. It'll be 1st and goal from the 10. And the toss to Chandler. He was looking to throw, but he's able to get back to the 10-yard line. with 3:42 left in the ball game. And Chandler, that will go down as a sack because Chandler was actually looking to throw. And that goes down as a sack. On second and goal, they pass out to the right for Chandler, and with my alarm going crazy, Chandler gets brought down for a loss of 2 on the play. And the Niners use the timeout with third and goal coming up. The Niners have 1 timeout remaining. Bad game for the 49ers, even though they're in it. It just seems like they overthought a lot of things. Some of the decisions that they made, some of the first down decisions that they made today. And they got a lot to figure out before they go to Los Angeles next week. A lot. Because now that game is an uncertainty. Field goal is good from 27 yards, and now it's 23-14 Minnesota. And that will pretty much put the game out of reach. Because you're talking about 9 points. You need the ball twice in less than 4 minutes, which means you got to get down there in a hurry, get some kind of points, and then you got to recover an onside kick. So now Minnesota is doing what San Francisco should have done earlier in the year, and this is the difference in the ball game. Niners take those 3 points in the first half. This is the first time I heard my computer's fan go high. All day today. They take those points in the first half. We got a tie game, and then you force Minnesota to think about other things. Now they take advantage. They make it 10-0, and Minnesota's led all the way today. Defense has got to get right before we go to Los Angeles. Defense has got to get right before we go to LA. Because now you're looking at you have a 1-1 record. The good thing is for the 49ers, it looks like the Seahawks are going to lose. You have the feeling the Rams are going to come back against the Cardinals. And the Colts have the ball, but they're at their own 5-yard line with 43 seconds left. There's 3.5 minutes left in this one. It's 23-14. The Niners can get down the field in a hurry. They have the pieces to get down the field in a hurry. The question is, can they get downfield in a hurry against this Minnesota defense? The Cowboys are going to drop to 1-1 because they trail New Orleans 44-19. Baltimore is up 23-13 on Las Vegas. The Colts are making their final stand right now with 42 seconds left. And they have the ball at the 20-yard line after a 15-yard connection to Alec Pierce. So let's see if they can get downfield. And he spiked the ball, did Richardson, to stop the clock. So we're looking at 2 games here at the same time because I'm keeping up with the Colts for my wife, who I believe is on her way back from her weekend trip with my mother-in-law. Packers 16, Colts 10. And the Chargers have won. That game is in the book. And what is the final? 26-3. George Kittle carted to the locker room for an IV. Okay, he got dehydrated. Got dehydrated. I was wondering where Kittle was. And DeForest Buckner got carted off of the Colts. Man, oh man. I just saw a Indiana Fever score. Might just flip to that. 55-53 Fever. They're in the second quarter with 1:21 left in that game. If time permits, the Vikings used 6 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock after the Niners got within 6 at 20-14. They approach in the kick with 3.5 minutes left, and it's going to go to and through the end zone for a touchback. So now what? The Niners have got to get downfield in a hurry. This is a must. There is no doubt about it. So now what do you do if you're San Francisco? Your passing game has been inconsistent, and that's at best. They've lost 7 consecutive games in Minnesota since 1992. Will this be 8? And it's looking that way. Purdy with a winning record against NFC teams. This is George the Animal Kittle, and he'll hop out of bounds. 3:23 left. Kittle was carted into the locker room for an IVs to get some fluids in him because it is hot in Minnesota today. Patriots still lead Seattle with 1:09 left. DK Metcalf has 9 catches for 119 yards in that game. In that Patriots Seahawks game, the snap to Purdy, looking, throwing, caught. Jordan Mason out of the backfield, out to the 40-yard line. And now the Niners need to use that 2-minute offense. And it's what someone said about getting Mason involved in the passing game. Snap to Purdy, looking to throw, and a deep one over the middle. It's caught. Deebo Samuel inside the Minnesota 40-yard line. Still got a ways to go. 2:50 left. Niners have no timeouts, so defensively, it's going to be on them. There's a final. The Packers beat the Colts 16-10. Cross the middle. It's caught by the backup tight end, Saubert. I was looking for his last name. Saubert made the catch. 2:25 left. See if they can score before the 2-minute warning. That should be a flag for a defensive. Never mind. Saubert makes the catch, and the flag does come down. Offside, Minnesota. Absolutely. And the Niners will decline it. And we have a injury for Minnesota, one of their linebackers. Dallas Turner, the rookie out of Alabama. So is Turner going to go to the no, Turner's headed to the locker room, and he might just stay there because he is limping. 2:18 left. 1st and 10 for the 49ers. They only scored 17 points last year. Purdy 5 for 5 this drive for 57 yards. Can he make it 6 for 6? He does. It's to Deebo Samuel, but he'll only pick up a couple. And this will more than likely take us 2 minutes unless they get a snap off before then. 2:05 left. 3, 2, 1, and 2 minutes. And a flag comes with it. False start, San Francisco. They were in such a hurry. They were in such a hurry. Now they just cost themselves 5 yards. And Deebo Samuel is limping badly. Well, I shouldn't say badly because he's jogging off the field. We have reached the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 8 has now become 2nd and 13. And it looked like Samuel is dealing with a cramp. I don't like how this scoreboard looks. I think from now on, I'm going to use one of the online scoreboards. 2:01 left. They'll get this snap before the 2-minute warning. And Purdy takes the bell high snap. He winds up and throws over the middle, and it is incomplete. Did he catch that? We're at the 2-minute warning, 1:57 left. Brandon Ayuk caught it. Did he catch it? He sure did. He sure did. That's a catch. That's a catch. And he nearly fumbled it, but was able to gather it in before he was tapped down. That's a catch. They'll take a look at it during the 2-minute warning. 1:57 left. Vikings 23 and the Niners 14. Wilson 2112 is with us. Colin is with us. It's a good day. Yes, indeed. Chargers won. The Superchargers won. The Pats and the Seahawks are tied at 20. They sure are. But the Patriots have the ball at their own 37. Whew. All right, let's take you through the scores really quick. Tampa Bay has the ball with 53 seconds left from their own 6. They lead Detroit 20-16. A first down there and the game is over. Baltimore leads Las Vegas. Las Vegas is kicking off. They just got a field goal, 23-16. New Orleans is murdering Dallas, 44-19. And I do not mean that literally, folks. And that's a final. The Jets now lead Tennessee 24-17. That's with 2 minutes left. Seahawks and Patriots are tied 20 apiece. Giants and Redskins are tied at 18. Final scores are in. It's the Packers over the Colts 16-10. And that's a double whammy for the Colts because they already have lost in division to the Houston Texans. That came in opening week. Other finals are in. New Orleans over the Cowboys 44-19. The Chargers beat the Carolina Panthers 26-3. They're at the 2-minute warning in the nation's capital. The Redskins and Giants are tied 18 apiece. Seahawks and Patriots are tied at 20. The Tennessee Titans have the ball. And they trail the Jets 24-17. Cleveland over Jacksonville 16-13. The Jacksonville Jaguars have it at their own 2 with 1:48 remaining there. $1:57 left. And they're looking at the catch by Brandon Ayuk at the 5-yard line. And it's Purdy to Debo, and he lost a lot of yards. All the way back to the 15-yard line. A loss of 11 on that play. Ay. Loss of 9. And you take the points here. And on third and there's 1:23 left. The clock is running. You take the points here. You absolutely take the points here because you need it twice, and it's good with 72 seconds left. Now the only thing left is an onside kick. Victor Locke is here. Says time to throw the whole season away for the Cowboys. Because y'all lost to the Saints, man. How did you do that? How did you mess that up? How did you mess that up? I know how we messed this up. I'll give my thoughts right now. I know how we messed this up. 4th and goal from the 2. We didn't take the points. Instead, we tried to go for the touchdown. The pass was deflected, and then Minnesota took advantage and then skated 98 yards in 2 plays for a touchdown. And for the second straight year, the Niners have scored 17 points against Minnesota. The only difference is Minnesota has 23. This will be the 8th straight loss for San Francisco. Onside kick criteria: the kick must be declared, the kicking team must be trailing, and can only occur in the fourth quarter. It is declared, we are trailing, and it is the fourth quarter. So now it's going to be an onside kick attempt. This is the only way the Niners can stay in the game. And timeout, Minnesota. They'll have one left. And they're going to overtime in New England. Please end in a tie there. Please end in a tie. You know what's bad? When we did our picks on Friday, my mind and my heart said New Orleans. Just because I want somebody to really beat up the Cowboys. Did I think it would happen? No. But it did happen. 44-19. I said something ridiculous in terms of score, like 45 to something. I didn't think New Orleans would put up 44 points against the Cowboys. I did not think that at all. All right, here is the chance for the 49ers. It's an onside kick. It's got to be declared. The team that's kicking must be trailing, and it must be the fourth quarter. All three apply here. They go to the near side. It's covered up, and the Vikings have it, and this game is over. And it's Muse who made the onside kick recovery. And I know Paul Allen is dancing in the booth right now. It didn't even go the full 10 yards. They'll do the skull dance into the night. And it's a final. Vikings 23, Niners 17. And Sam Darnold gets revenge on the 49ers. But the Niners, look, let me give all the credit in the world to the Vikings. All the credit in the world to the Vikings, okay? Period. All the credit in the world to the Vikings, okay? They played a hell of a ball game. But the Niners in many ways beat themselves because they had so many chances to take control in this game. Purdy has thrown 2 interceptions. One more snap and this ball game is over. And there it is. So the Niners are 1-1 on the year. Teams are exchanging pleasantries. It was a good game. It is a good game by both teams. And Kyle Shanahan can retool and reload for the Rams next Sunday. We'll have that call. Vikings go 2-0 for the first time since 2016. Niners are 1-1, but it's early in the year, and they still can figure a lot out before even they go to Los Angeles next week. Your final score is the Minnesota Vikings 23 and the San Francisco 49ers 17. Niners shoot themselves in the foot all kinds of times, but they still stayed in this ball game, and they still had a chance to win the doggone thing. They just couldn't get the job done once again in the red zone, an area that just seems to kill them. Because if you go back early in the ball game and look at the drive where the Niners had it first and goal at the 5, they got as far as the 2-yard line, and they just could not punch it in. You can say all the what ifs or whatever, but the bottom line is Minnesota outplayed us in every facet of the game. And for the 8th straight time, the Niners lose in Minnesota. The 8th straight time they've lost in Minnesota since 1992. We go to LA next week with a chance to beat up the Rams and get back to our winning ways. We'll keep our eye on the Seahawks and the Patriots. Let's take a look at that right now. They've gone to overtime in New England, and they are tied at 20. I believe they're tied at 20. New England has the ball. Matter of fact, let's take a look at that game. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and take a look at that because it's significant as all get out. The bonus coverage is in Tennessee. There's 23 seconds left, and Levis is back in the backfield on 4th and goal. He's got it and throws. It is incomplete. And the Titans will go to 0-2 on the year. So that game is over. There's 8:38 left in the overtime. Patriots have the ball at their own 39, facing 4th and 1. That's the game we're going to look at. As each team there is 1-0, but Seattle, even if Seattle ties, they'll still have the lead in the division with the overall record. Even with the tie. So for San Francisco, there's a lot to correct, but they have 15 weeks remaining in the season to correct them, to defend their division title and defend their NFC title. There's they made a lot of mistakes today in Minnesota. That is, oh my goodness, there's a tie game in Baltimore at 23 apiece. The Raiders got downfield and scored. Wow. We're going to have to take a look at that thing. We'll have to take a look at that game. Where are you at? There it is. Baltimore Ravens versus Las Vegas Raiders. We'll take a look at that game too. Holy cow. Holy cow. All right, 2nd and 5. We'll go to New England first. 2nd and 5 from the Seattle 21. The Seahawks have the ball. 7:32 left in overtime. They get 10 yards, and it's now 1st and 10 from the 31. And we're looking at the Ravens and the Raiders. And Lamar Jackson just got sacked by Max Crosby. Throw up the X's. Minnesota sacked Brock Purdy 6 times also in the game. So the offensive line of the 49ers has got a lot of work to do because the Rams are going to take a blueprint from this game and come after them. And on 2nd and 19, they get nothing. The Ravens get nothing. Justice Hill, the ball carrier. Jackson Smith and Jigba for Seattle has caught 11 for 113 yards. Geno Smith, 29 of 39 for 290 plus a touch. And now with Seattle having the ball, a field goal wins it. That pass is complete to the far side to DK Metcalf. And Bay in fantasy wanted to trade me CD Lamb for DK Metcalf, and DK Metcalf is having a hell of a game. He caught 10 for 129. Victor says, I guess I'm going to get kicked around tomorrow. Victor, you're not the only one. I mean, we didn't lose. Vikings caught 10 points on turnovers. Shouldn't have been this close. Absolutely, it should not have been close. Wilson says, great call, Snowman. Thank you very much. Put a lot more emotion into this one. To the far side and the near side, that pass is incomplete, but there's a flag. We're watching New England. We got bonus coverage right now with New England and Seattle. We're gonna make some changes right here. So stick with me because we are going to add some things right now. Because I don't like how that looked. So let's have some fun here. from the 49-yard line on 1st and 10 as Gino will throw, escapes to his right, and fires. It's caught. Is that DK again? No, it's Njigba. It's Jackson Smith and Jigba. Alvin Kamara scored 4 TDs today for the New Orleans Saints. 4. Redskins have beaten the Giants 21-18 in a battle of field goals. Patriots and Seahawks are tied 20 apiece. And timeout on the field in New England. All right, I need to update this. Whoops. Need to update this. That'll go away. And add this. And this. And that. And that. I'm adding a few things because I know I'm doing some bonus coverage right now. I already gave my thoughts on the 49ers game. They got a lot to clean up defensively and offensively. Offensively, they can't give up 6 sacks. They gave up 10 points in turnovers. And they're not supposed to lose to the Vikings, but the Vikings came in 1-0 after beating up the Giants. You play who you play in front of you. You play who you play in front of you. All right. You're going to see me make some adjustments here. Here we go. There's that. There's that. Zip. And that. I think this will do it. I think this will do it. Okay. Oops. Oh, dang it. All right. Yeah, that'll do it. That will. Okay, right there. Perfect. Perfect. All right, so we got the score. We got that score up. And the Seahawks have it on the New England 22-yard line. Meanwhile, in Baltimore, there's 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter of that game. Oh, you know what? Doggone it. I didn't even think of it. JJ's a step ahead of me. I didn't even think of it. 333 total yards for Seattle, 310 for New England. As Geno Smith to throw, rolls back left and fires. It's caught by Lockett. And another first down for the Seahawks. A field goal here, any kind of score here wins the game. Any kind of score here wins the game. I didn't even think about this, man. But, hey, what the? And on first down, they bring it outside to Charbonnet. Charbonnet gets about 7. Okay, there's that. And there's. Where are you? Right here. There you are. Okay. Oh, and they got a 2nd and 1 also. All right. Okay, let's do this. Live score. Properties. Let's change it. You all are seeing me test a few things right now while I keep you up to date on everything that's going on. It's 3rd and 1, and the Seahawks have won. They got the field goal and they have just won the game 23-20. So that will take care of that. What the? All right, we'll have to try it again. Browser. Yeah, the Seahawks just won 23-20. There's one other game we need to look at while we're doing bonus coverage right now. There we go. There's the ball game right there. As the Seahawks have won, they moved to 2-0 on the year. Patriots drop to 1-1. The 49ers lost to the Vikings. That final was 23-17. All right. There's that. And we'll leave it here. Let's bring up the Raiders game against the Ravens. There we go. 31 seconds left. It's 4th and 2. All right. Get rid of that one. Congrats to the Jets. The Jets have won. And the Raiders are going to try to win here. They have it. It's 4th and 2. 45 seconds left. They're waiting for the time to run down. And when this game completes, we'll take you through the scores and update you on everything else. The Arizona Cardinals lead the Rams. What? They lead the Rams 7-0 in that game. So Seattle wins. They're 2-0 on the year. Niners drop to 1-1. No one's played in the division yet, in their division yet. So Mason Crosby will try to give Carlson, I beg your pardon, will try to give the Raiders the lead. The Raiders have 2 timeouts. Remember, Baltimore led this game 23-13. Somehow the Raiders have come all the way back to tie it up. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Left hash, angle to the right. How did they come out? How did they come back? A touchdown and a field goal. There has to be a turnover mixed in that game. Here we go. From 38 yards, left hash, angle to the right. Carlson to try to give the Raiders the lead. It's back. It's down. It's on the way. It's good. And the Raiders are in front. What? Well, here's how the Raiders came back after Derrick Henry scored from 3 yards out with 5:25 remaining to seemingly put the game away. Daniel Carlson made a 25-yard field goal to make it 23-16. Devontae Adams caught a 1-yard touchdown pass from Minshew Mania, tying the score at 23. Baltimore turns it back over on possession, and then Daniel Carlson just booted home a 38-yard field goal to give the Raiders a 26-23 lead. I'm going to look up the full play-by-play in this game. Right about here. Okay. That's a touchdown. That's the touchdown drive that made it 23-13. That's the touchdown for Baltimore. They made it 23-13. They get a field goal 23-16. Then they force a punt, get a touchdown, make it 23 apiece. They force them to punt again, and they get the field goal. So it's just plain defense. And Lamar Jackson and company, the reigning MVP, will come out to the 30-yard line. So a couple of punts have put this game in doubt for the Ravens. The last time they started 0-2 under John Harbaugh, I want to say it was 2004. Somebody fact check me on that, will you please? I'm watching the bonus coverage between the Lions and the Bucks, and guess who's commentating? The doggone Moose. Yeah, Daryl Johnston. And Jackson drops on first down to throw over the middle. That pass is indeed caught by Andrews, and Andrews has a first down out to the 31, 16, 15, 14. Got to spike the ball here, and they do, out to the 41-yard line. What do you think? What do you think, you guys? Should I do the Texans Bears game tonight? I have it on the schedule. I do have it on the schedule. I'm bringing you some bonus coverage right now. There's 14 seconds left in this game. Justin Tucker has a career long of 66 yards, and they got to get to the 48 of the Raiders for him to even have a chance. 7, 6, 10 seconds. Jackson throws. It's out of bounds with 7 seconds left. And now it is 3rd and 10. My friend Jay, who's going to appear tomorrow on the show, says the Panthers are so bad they need to be relegated out of the league. I agree. I believe I predicted today about the Cowboys on Monday. Yeah, you sure did. You sure did. I said I made a stupid preface about the Cowboys Saints game, saying that I'm saying this prediction to go wrong, and I picked New Orleans, and New Orleans winds up winning. We get a whistle. I don't know how I thought that the DK Metcalf trade I made in fantasy football with my friend Bay would be a good trade because I had CD Lamb and I traded him for DK Metcalf. Well, DK Metcalf proved me wrong. DK Metcalf got me a whole bunch of points. So it's 3rd and 10, 7 seconds left. You know what? Listen to this. Listen to this stats from Bryce Young. 18 of 26 for 84 yards. I did not make that up. 18 to 26 for 84 yards. Snap to Jackson. Looking to throw. Winds up and throws far side, and it is incomplete. And now it's 4th and 10. And they got to put it in the end zone. They have no choice now. It's going to be a bad year for the Baltimore Ravens. I believe I've said on my show, Snowman in the Morning, that Lamar Jackson had regressed even before he was voted MVP last year, which he should not have been. He should not have been voted MVP last year. All right, 4th and 10. They got to put it in the end zone. And Las Vegas has one timeout left, and they'll use it. They will use it. Meanwhile, let's take a look at. All right, I'm going to pull up the Fever game right now. Let's see how far they are. They're tied at 80 in the 3rd quarter. And after the Ravens game completes, I'm going to bring you the finish of that game. All right. 1:20 left in the 3rd quarter. There we go. 1:20 left in the 3rd quarter of that one. And the Dallas Wings and the Indiana Fever tied at 80. We're giving you some bonus coverage right now. Free throw, good. 80 apiece. Dallas Wings in the white uniforms, moving from right to left. J.C. Sheldon spins on the dribble. 3-point stripe out to the right. Out front Out front is Mitchell to the free throw line. Foul line jump. Nope. Rebound taken down by Lexi Hall. She's able to keep it and a foul called. And Lexi Hall will go to the free throw line. And this game is over. You could not put it in the end zone. And they're trying the Stanford play as Lamar Jackson. And that ball's batted down and the game is over. And the Ravens lose 26-23. Lexi Hall to the free throw line. Tied at 80. As Hall gets ready and offers. Got it. She splits a pair. (82-80) Fever. 1:12 left in the third. Sheldon dancing on the dribble in the left corner. Sheldon comes out to the free throw line. Comes up shooting. Missing. Rebound tip. Twice. 3 times. Out of bounds. Belongs to the Fever. (82-80) Fever lead by 2 and a minute to go in the third quarter as Caitlin Clark brings it up. For Bentley plays it over to the left side for Mitchell. Back to Finley. Back to Mitchell. Caitlin Clark with a deep 3 left corner. Short. Ball on the floor. Chased down by Sheldon. 2-point lead for the Fever as Sheldon races across into the front court. Pitch to the left corner. They dump it underneath to Howard. Howard to the free throw line. Reverse to the baseline. And a turnover. She stepped out of bounds is what happened. Kalani Brown stepped out of bounds, and now a foul called as Caitlin Clark went crashing to the floor. With 35.9 seconds left in the third quarter, the Fever lead 82-80, and they have the ball. And our final score from Baltimore is 26-23 in favor of the Las Vegas Raiders, if you can believe it. 35.9 left, and we got a review. We'll finish this one, then we'll finish our coverage for the afternoon, and then get you ready for tonight. Clark went flying to the free throw line, and they're trying to. I think they're going to determine if it's an intentional foul or not. Oh, I'm going to say this: the Rams trail the Cardinals now. You ready for this? 14-0. It is 14-0 in favor of the Arizona Cardinals against the Los Angeles Rams. Maybe the Cardinals are good. Maybe I did underestimate them. There's one spot remaining in the WNBA playoffs, which begins in 7 days. And we'll have coverage of that for you, as well as our NFL coverage. We'll follow the Fever as far as they go, and we'll also bring you live coverage of the WNBA finals. Is it a common foul, or is it going to be an intentional foul? Caitlin Clark was the player who got hit. There it is. There it is. And also the Houston Astros are playing, because there's all kinds of stuff going on here this afternoon. All kinds of stuff going on this afternoon. So the Fever and the Wings are playing now. And they are at the table to review if this is a playoff. They're reviewing if this is a flagrant foul. And from the looks of it, the answer is yes. Caitlin Clark to the free throw line, offers the free throw good. It's 83-80 in favor of the Indiana Fever. The second attempt on the way is good. It's a 4-point lead with 36.5 seconds left in the third quarter. The Dallas Wings hanging on for trying to hang with the Indiana Fever. Mitchell to bring it in. Foul line extended right. In play to Boston. Back to Mitchell. Clark has it between the rings. 32 seconds left in the third. Over the top pass to Mitchell. Lost the ball out of bounds, and Dallas will have it. With 29.8 seconds remaining in the third quarter. J.C. Sheldon brings it up right to left. Sheldon leans over the dribble. Lost it. Got it back. Dancing on the dribble against Caitlin Clark. Brown has it on the left side. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell creeps in the lane. Cross-court pass right wing. Free ball on the way. Got it! 1-point game. Arike Agumbawale with the three. 6 seconds left. Underneath the hole. Missed the layup. Brown has it to Agumbawale. 2-1. Agumbawale can't get a shot. So 3 quarters done, and we're bringing you the bonus coverage. We're bringing you bonus coverage after our 49ers game. And the Fever lead the Dallas Wings 84-83. I promise this is the last thing I'm going to do this afternoon. Let's take a breather, shall we? Well, I took a break and my body finally crashed. So I'm going to end this here. Final score: San Francisco loses to Minnesota 23-17. You saw what happened with Baltimore. They lost to the Raiders 26-23, and the Seahawks beat the Patriots in overtime 23-20. I'm going to take a breather, and I'll let you know if we still have Sunday Night Football on. All right? Thanks for watching, everybody.